Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Bargain Bin, a show about speedrunning games all under $20. I'm Midnight Vesper, your host, and if you're new here, well, here's how this works. From our current digital games, we'll be using digital stores like Steam, GOG, itch.io, Ubisoft, Epic, etc. to look at the list/MSRP price. For retro games, we'll be using a wide assortment of review sites to look at the loose price of the game. We do not count any sales or discounts as they vary from time of purchase. Couple announcements real fast. While Flame Fatales is over, you can check out the VOD on YouTube. And don't forget, this weekend, we're going to have a Ratchet and Clank Relay and the absolutely flowery Pathos Journey. Get it? You'll find out this weekend. And of course, don't forget, if you missed any of the Frame Fatales and you want to help all of that, we do have a show coming up immediately after this with She Is Speed, showcasing all about speedruns by women playing games with women characters. So we got that coming up later on, but we got to focus on what's coming up here today on the Bargain Bin. We got Ryan Ford showcasing Donkey Kong 2. How are you doing, Ryan?
Oh, I'm good. Yourself?
Doing fantastic. Can't wait for this run.
Yeah, so as introduced, I'm Ryan Ford, joined here with Basement Hero. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, that's me.
Yo, how's it going, man?
How's it going?
Nice.
Just about ready to start anytime you are.
All right, so we'll talk about the run after we get the timer started. So we'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
All right, so we didn't really plan commentary on this, but we can free flow it.
I got this. So this is 102. This is the completion category for this game. We're going to be doing everything in every level. We're going to be trying to grab all of the Creme coins that live in the bonus stages, and every level has a DK coin. On top of that, you also have to visit every Kong family member once, because of reasons that I don't understand. Every one of them gives you a percentage point. I don't know, man.
Yeah, for whatever reason. It's weird.
This game moves like really fast, even though we're doing like everything in every level. The levels just have so much that you're doing at any given time that it's kind of hard to comment on all of it, but I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, those stages are less than 2 minutes long, so they're quick.
Yeah, even with all of the stuff you have to do, they go pretty fast. But there's 3 kinds of bonuses, and we've seen 2 of them already. There's just find the coin, which is pretty self-explanatory. You get to the coin, you win. There's defeat all the enemies, and then there's going to be grab the stars, which we're going to see in a second here.
Grab the stars is Kaizo.
grab the stars are the coolest ones.
They actually do have all like the neatest strats to them, but
yeah, they're my favorite.
The hardest ones in this level, particularly when it comes.
Yep. This is find the coin. First instance of ropes in the game. You see him jumping up these ropes. That's one of those things that has like an infinite tech ceiling. Like ropes are impossible.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like maybe slightly above average like at them, and like there's so much room to improve.
All of these vertical levels, we're going to be seeing a lot of those team throws, and this is a really cool strat in this bonus, by the way. So we have to take out all these enemies, and we're going to do it with one barrel. Boop.
Yeah,
that's actually easier than it looks too. The cannon is terrible.
Using the cannonball or teaming up and just like team throwing at them one by one. It's like what I used to do as a kid.
So low key, this is one of the hardest bonuses to optimize in the entire speedrun, and it's in 1-2. You gotta like wiggle up these ropes. Yep, there it is. Wiggling up the ropes is not easy. Falling down there and grabbing it at the last second is kind of scary. And if you mess up your like wiggle, you get this like animation of your guy trying to switch ropes that loses forever.
Yep.
It is low key, like it's a silent killer.
Like I probably lost like 5 seconds in that one compared to like an optimal one.
So that trick right there that he just did, that was called the big boy team up super jump. This bonus is RNG, by the way.
It's always this.
Obviously.
Every run that I've done this week has been this one.
Never lucky.
I should have just guessed like it was that one, honestly.
Yeah, and this is the first instance of a developer-intended warp barrel. We're going to be taking the warp to the end of the stage, but then we're going to be going backwards. because the second bonus in this level is actually at the very end. So, oh wow, I've never seen you not get up there with that guy before.
That's a new mistake to me as well.
We'll finesse. We'll finesse.
Oh, good thing I know backups.
He just did another one to get into that bonus. So the big boy, if you team throw into an enemy, and then you like hold B as your Kong is returning to you, you get this like double jump, this like super high jump in the air. And we're going to be seeing that a lot of times. It's used in some pretty creative spots. Visit grandma. Hi, grandma.
Always hug your grandma.
Yep. And now for like the hardest trick in the universe for no reason. This is called Lockjaw. Yep, there it is. Every time, dude.
Well, that's the first time this week that I missed it too. But yeah, basically you're supposed to just jump into the warp barrel, but
it's really hard.
I find it easier with Diddy compared to Dixie, because in any percent you usually do it with Dixie, but in this category you usually do it with Diddy.
So we warped out of the stage here, which means this level is completed. And if you've completed a level, you can start select to exit the stage. So we're going to be coming back for the bonus. And as we grab the coin, we start select out, which skips the animation. Yep. And it also ends the stage, which is kind of cool. First instance of Unguard the Swordfish, not the last.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. I got it.
Yo, Swanky rise up. That's him. That's all the Swanky you get. Sorry.
Yeah, no, fortunately we don't have to do is like trivia and stuff.
So, another instance of taking the warp out of the stage. This level is super interestingly routed. So we went in, we took the warp. Now we're going to re-enter, and we're going to take the warp again. This is going to put us at the top of the level. This level is straight vertical. So what we do is we fall down the stage, top to bottom, and fall into all the bonuses and the DK coins that way. It is pretty clever. Dixie ropes, by the way, slightly harder than Diddy ropes because Dixie is just a little slower at everything.
Yeah, rope climbing, her like movement speed on the ground, like her run speed is slower too.
Yep.
So you usually want to be Diddy if you're running.
You can die there, by the way, when you're falling down. Sometimes the screen just doesn't scroll fast enough and you fall off the bottom.
Yep.
It's the weirdest thing in the universe.
Wow.
I've had it happen exactly twice.
Yeah, it does not happen often, but it happens.
One was like my very first like marathon run I ever did, and I was like, wait, that can happen?
Oh yeah. This is by the way, everybody's best friend in this entire video game. This is Crow. And Crow is an absolute homie. He really knows that we're at a marathon, so he's gonna be nice, right? Like he's totally gonna play nice. Okay. These eggs here are RNG on the second phase. He's gonna headbutt this tower, and eggs are gonna fly out. Oh, yo,
let's go.
We spoke it to life.
Yeah,
those are completely random.
Calling for the perfect RNG.
Yeah, he can give you an infinite number of fake eggs. There's no real, like... We tasked, like, 40 once or something like that.
40, holy moly. Yeah, most I've had in a run was 14.
Yeah, I think the, like, RTA record for fakes is, like, 21.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the runner. It was a German runner, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find that bot.
The fun part about 102 is getting into the bonuses is like some tech that's unique from any percent, and then doing the bonuses is also tech. Like the bonuses themselves are not trivial at all. Some of them are actually really, really hard.
Yeah, and some are like, if you fail them, sometimes it's like a fate worse than death, like in terms of time loss.
Yeah, because if you take damage in a bonus, you are ejected from the bonus, and you have to re-enter it if that's even possible.
Yeah, sometimes
there's like an infinite team throw strat to get back up to the one in Black Ice Battle or something ridiculous.
That's so funny. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, it's real dumb.
Oh my god. It's like you might as well just take it at that point.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
pretty much. This is Shoes the Spider. Disregard any other sources that tell me I'm wrong. His name is Shoes.
Yeah, he's got like 8 kicks. Come on.
Those are all Kremlin propaganda.
What type of kicks are we talking about?
He's clearly got Jordans. Like, look how much air he's catching. Anyway, we Yoshi'd him there.
It's always
Twice,
a debate
actually. Fiery
between
Furnace
Shoes and
that is a
espresso.
great example of a terrible bonus to fail. You fail the one in Fiery Furnace, it shoots you to the end of the level.
Yeah, it like
Unavoidably.
Yeah, you have to redo the whole level again if that happens. And that's at the very end of the run too, so it's like
Yep. Anyway, there's a DK coin over here. If you never hunted this game, that might be why. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I always say how I felt like such a genius as a kid, like finding that DK coin.
You're same. It's almost as
Yeah,
good as
it's
the
definitely one of
bonus
the last
inside of the
few.
bonus. Alright, big boy. Nice. That's like the coolest big boy in the run right there to get up to that warp.
Yep. Whenever
So
there's
this is-
new runners in the Discord, it's like commonly asking how to do that is like the most common question.
It's the coolest trick in the game. It's one of them anyway.
Yeah,
if
but
you
it's
liked
early
it,
in the run.
we're gonna do it again. Yeet.
Just for all y'all.
Yep. This is another vertical stage. So we're going to be doing the same trick from 1-5. We're going to be falling straight down.
Yeah, I actually like this level in Warpless, like climbing up without the warp.
Oh yeah,
really
you get to do a lot of like big boys and stuff.
Yeah, Warpless is like the only category I think, even with the extended categories, I think it's the only one where you actually do this level like vertically
Ooh,
upwards.
Okay.
I moved in a little too early.
Yeah.
Now,
that's-
how hard
Yeah.
is it when you have to do these vertical downs? Do you know exactly where you're going? Is it a situation where all you have to do is just fall straight, or is it like you have to be positioned at this area to make sure you get into the right barrel?
Yeah,
You
there's
just gotta get
specific
used to
visual
it.
cues. Yeah, like I usually look at when I pass by some barrels on the way down.
yeah,
and,
there's good visuals.
There's like one banana I collect on the way down, which for me is a visual cue to turn to the right after I'm going left. And then I line myself up underneath one of those arrow barrels that shoots upwards. So once I fall past it, then I try to be like aligned with it while falling down. And then to actually fall into the bonus, I use a visual or audio cue with the enemy that I got hit by when he shoots his cannonball when I hear the sound.
Yeah,
but,
that's a good cue.
That's a good
Yeah,
cue.
but I was kind of rambling, so I didn't like listen to the TV. So I just kind of guessed and went too early.
So by the way, this is the first Lost World level. These are a lot harder than the just regular levels in the regular game. You have to pay those Krem coins to get it, which is why we actually had to come back, because you don't have 15 to get into the Lost World level when you first finish 2-1.
Yeah, because you have 14.
And hopefully we're going to see a real cool trick coming up here. Ryan's about to go very fast.
Uh-oh, the pressure's on. I'm just kidding.
So this is called Scrolly Scroll, because we're good at naming tricks. The screen is going very, very fast, and it's taking Dixie with it. The camera trigger is broken, and the game doesn't really know what it's supposed to do, so it's just kind of dragging the camera to the right as fast as it can. And Dixie can't leave the screen, so the screen just kind of takes her with it.
Yep. All right, for safety, I'm gonna grab Diddy here, even though it
Yeah.
is a lot slower because there's a lot of spots that lag in this level. So
Yeah, this is one of the laggiest levels in the game.
yeah, so if you have both Kongs, it like lags even harder in some spots. But I'd rather not die to one mistake. So
Yeah. Shoutouts to Clapper the Seal, Oglib's favorite animal buddy. Yep, Kong letters aren't involved in 102. If you play the New Age games, the Returns games, the Kong letters are under hundo objects, so there you go. You can finally get your dream.
yeah, also the DK coins also don't count percent in this game, but we just do it for the spirit of the category.
Yeah, you can get 102 without picking up a single DK coin, but then Mario wins, and that's just not okay.
Yeah, there was a previous show I did, No Category Left Behind, where I ran a one of our like side categories called Beat Mario, aka all DK coins. So yeah, the goal is just to get all 40 DK coins and beat the game. So
You just stop playing before K Rule 1, right?
you got to beat K Rule 2 to get the last DK coin. So we at least get the credits.
Oop. Little corner there for the fans.
Yep.
For the fans.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you take the warp, that DK coin is hidden underneath the water that's turned into lava, so you can't, backtrack to get it. Even though it's right at the end of the level.
You can water dive in the lava and you won't take damage until you move again.
True.
Alright, anyway, this is like the final boss of the early game. This is Red Hot Ride, and this trick is a whole lot. First you have to do this, ends with a Ramby double jump, which is kind of a weird input. You can drop it sometimes.
Yeah, heck Ramby, by the way.
Heck Ramby, dude.
It's a global emote.
We used to abandon him in this bonus because it was faster, but now there's a very strange trick that's about to happen. It's going to be our first interaction with an invis. You would have seen those a lot in any percent, but in 102, this is the first. Clash the beetle on the slope there, and hey, the sign's gone.
Wait,
so we're holding the ID for the sign, and we put it down over there. Since Ramby's past the sign can't despawn him. And now we get to take him into the entire second half of the level. He makes a joke out of this bonus because he's gigantic.
Yep.
And now we got to do what we just did again. He just set up a thing called an animal hover. Ramby has Dixie's hover state right now, which is why he's falling very slowly. He got the DK coin with that. Ooh, nice. With that double jump back there, and now we're just gonna jump over to the end of the stage. This is about 8 seconds faster. Oh, let's go! And we got swag.
I had to show it off. This loses time, but it's I do it every time for like events and marathons.
Yeah. Normally you
nice,
would
though.
dismount.
It's nice to see.
So that trick's a whole lot, and it's like the hardest thing in the first part of the game. So
yeah, it's a
pretty
huge
nice to
reset
get that.
point in this category.
Mm-hmm.
But I've made some videos about like backup strats if you miss in some parts as well. So I've practiced and like studied that level a lot. So generally, I'm pretty good at it.
Nice big boy up into this bonus here.
Yep.
This is another non-trivial level. The funny thing about 102 is like, oh yo, yeah, perfect RNG. Who could have guessed?
How did I know?
How did he do it?
That's a
The
great
funny thing
question.
about 102 is that like, there's no point in this run that's like easy. Like the early game is actually really hard. And it doesn't get any easier as time goes on. There's no like breathers. I mean, I guess there's like Rickety Race, or not Rickety Race, Target Terror.
Yeah. It's like one auto scroller, I guess, where you can like kind of breathe.
Yo, you're not following the bananas, dude. Like what?
I make my
What are
own.
you doing?
Bananas tell you where to go.
Yeah, dude.
I create my own destiny.
Nice, jumping onto the parrot box there with that roll is actually like 1,000,000 times harder than it looks.
Yeah, I've had to actually spend some time like practicing that to get it.
It's like
Before I can even
genuinely
get it
not
once.
trivial at all. Taking damage
like-
on this guy here because we want to have Dixie in front, and taking damage on an animal loses like no time whatsoever.
Yeah, for the bosses, because we want to have Dixie do her guitar solo instead of Diddy doing his rap, because it's faster. Oh, where am I aiming?
I wasn't gonna say
Some,
anything.
NA aim right there.
Name. This is Cleaver. The merciful thing about this category is that the bosses are identical. Nothing changes about them.
Yeah, we don't really need to practice the bosses, fortunately.
Yeah.
If you're already like comfortable fighting them.
So after this third hit, there's going to be a trick called Lava Fly. If you learn how to do this, you can tell people you know that it's double frame perfect, and that's technically correct.
Wow. Wow.
I actually didn't know that.
Just don't tell them about the buffer strats. Or how it's like actually really free.
Yeah, once you
It's
get
not
used to it,
free,
it's
but, you
actually
know.
extremely easy.
It's
But
not that hard.
you can still like miss it sometimes. Like I've
Oh yeah,
missed it.
it's real embarrassing when you do. Yo, flying ditty for the dang. The position
was,
looked
like,
good.
too late by like a frame.
Dang it.
So was the sword part of it his hair, or was it just the sword?
You're asking the real questions.
Right? And like, who was the hand in the lava, like holding it at first?
All right, on to World 3. There are no
Did I
more
kill the hand?
developer-intended warps in this game after World 2, so no more of that.
Whoa,
Yo, nice barrel.
that's a new mistake for me. But always got to be ready, if possible.
Dude, Cleaver terrifies me as an adult. It's okay.
It's a pretty spooky boss. And I think the sword, like, coming out of the lava is, like, kind of a funny jump scare as well.
All right, so there's a weird thing he did there. He spared those rats. Let's see if that comes up. This is one of the most well-hidden bonuses in the game, I swear. Oh!
It's
All right, never
fine.
mind. Kill the animals. Nice,
It's
you got the good strat there. So
Yeah,
that
making
guy
them
just goes
throw
to the
the-
left, throws you a crate, and then you break it. And that's where the bonus cannonball is to get into the bonus. That one took me forever when I was a kid. I'm sure it took a few people forever.
I don't
Same
know if
here.
I actually beat this as a kid.
Oh no!
It's a hard game, dude.
Yeah, for real. Like casually, this game is like actually extremely difficult to finish. Like the
So-
latter half is like actually
on.
really brutal.
Well, I think I wouldn't be surprised because I have the original Donkey Kong Country, so I know for a fact I picked up this game, but I feel like I rented it, and that may be why I didn't finish it, was because I had like those 3-day rentals at Blockbuster or something.
Oh yeah,
Makes
dude, I
sense.
remember those.
That would make the most sense.
All right, so
It's like the first time I played Paper Mario. My friend rented it, and then I borrowed it from him. So
do you remember getting like somebody else's save file on the rental copy, and you're like, what is going on?
I was
Exactly.
going to comment on that.
yeah, I started from like the toy box in Paper Mario. So I played like the second half of the game first before I got the game and played the first half.
All right, so this level here, this is Glimmer's Galleon. This is low-key one of the hardest levels to optimize in the entire game. Swimming is another thing that has a incredibly high skill ceiling. It doesn't look like much, but the way that you take your corners, it's so momentum-based that anything you do wrong is going to, like, pile up. It's going to, like, shave entire seconds off of your time.
Yep.
And it's really stressful.
Like my best IL is probably like I think like 4 seconds off of like the top IL, just because.
Yeah, you lose like a ton of time and you never even see it.
Yep. It's like, how did I lose that much time? It's like taking corners too wide,
Yeah,
blocking walls
you
potentially.
swam bad.
Pretty much.
Taking,
All right, that's a more visible.
Everything's
mistake,
fine. Everything is fine. Okay.
Okay, I know my backups. Which is also important because you're probably never going to have like a perfect run. So, you know,
Absolutely.
making sure that you can mitigate your time losses when you make a mistake is really important. So you can often get respectable times still, like, or even sometimes like top times, like just from like making sure that you don't die or do backups if they're available.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes you gotta get creative too, and like also just experience heartbreak a lot until you like figure out what you can do.
That's the realest truth right there. Is just, you're just gonna die a lot.
Yep. Learn from
So now
mistakes.
we're gonna re-enter that stage because there's a bonus and the DK coin above the exit, or the entrance rather, and those are way faster to grab when you can start select out. Also, this bonus is impossible.
You say impossible, but I feel like Ryan Ford's going to do it.
Hey man. Hey, man.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, shout out to the viewers at home getting blinded by my boy Glimmer. He's not very polite.
I know. Yeah, the VC Switch VC, I think they kind of fixed the light issue. But I'm playing on this SNES.
Going to the left here because there is a DK coin behind the entrance. Got to break this barrel on all 4 Bs to get the coin to come out.
Yep.
The bees.
Not the bees.
I gotta take
Anyway,
them all
this
out.
level right here, this is Crockhead Clamber. This level is the first swamp level, and pretty much all of the swamp levels except for... Oh, it's the second swamp level. I'm dumb. The second swamp level. I forgot
3-1.
about 3-1. 3-1
It's easy to
is the
forget.
only swamp level that's not impossible. All of them after that, insane.
I mean, it's impossible because Ramby's there, but
True.
I always gotta find an opportunity to rag on Ramby a little.
Exactly. We get to see Disco Coin here.
Yeah, sir.
If you don't take shoes through the sign, that coin is just red. Because video games.
Whoa, I took some
that was a
alternate
little-
route there.
Yeah, that was a nice custom route you came up with.
Yeah, damage listed worked out pretty well.
Yeah, this level is very scary, but it is extremely satisfying when you do it correctly. You just get to go fast. Rolling right
taking the
next to the
ending
death
pretty
ball.
safe as well.
Okay. That was
So
safe.
when
It looked dangerous, but that wasn't even close.
So in like for that particular level, when Diddy kind of rolls off, and I know this is also something in Donkey Kong Country 1 and 3, is there like a frame window in terms of like, you know, or not frame window, but like a distance that way you know before Diddy falls, before you got to jump again? So you get that extra amount of distance?
Rolling is just kind of like, it's a thing that has to be experienced. Rolling optimally is just, it's different in case by case situations.
It's true.
You just have
Sometimes
to
I, like,
practice a lot.
cancel-
No.
Sometimes I cancel it early to jump, and sometimes I don't. But for rolling off of ledges, particularly, as long as your roll doesn't finish, then you can jump out of it at any point.
Yeah, your roll will
your
never
roll-
die in midair.
Yeah, if it ends, it's what's called a dead roll. So then you just kind of like lose all your speed, like going forward, then you drop straight down. So as long as that
Sometimes you
doesn't
roll,
happen,
sometimes you roll exactly perfectly so that your roll dies as you hit the edge and you just fall off. And it's the saddest thing in the universe.
Yup.
So this bonus right here is another one of the hardest bonuses to optimize in the game, and like,
Impossible bonus.
lo and behold, it's another star bonus. This is Ratley the Snake, by the way. He has a lot of tech to him, and a lot of it is very like mechanically demanding. Every one of these, there's two kinds of double jumps. There's short hop double jumps, which have like a buffer to them and are pretty reliable. And then there's true double jumps, which are a 3-frame window every single time. And the frame window starts when you start descending, not as you're about to hit the ground. So you have to time it to when the snake stops moving up. It's very difficult. It's basically just like muscle memory is your only hope, and it is not easy at all. That was a pretty respectable showing.
Yep. I had very like
All right, don't
minor
forget this
flubs,
bonus.
so- Oh yeah, you said you would remind me to get this bonus.
Last time I was commentating 102 for Ryan, he didn't go in this bonus, and we didn't find out till he beat the game. So, man,
Yep.
I need one more coin.
It's like, where is it?
It's gone.
It's ingrained in me because of that happening. Again, you gotta like live through your mistakes
Yep.
to get
this-
better.
This is Black Ice Battle. This is another level you can die to 1.0 scrolling.
Yeah, it's never happened to me. Hoping I didn't just like jinx it right now, but I see it happen to other people though.
This
I
level
definitely
is
know.
a memory check. Like, you have to... yeah, the double jump in the air is... There's a really good video about it that MTSys made for the snake, but a true double jump is a 3-frame window. That's the one that gives you the maximum amount of height. There's a lot of like other like mid-ground double jumps that are variable levels of difficulty, but the highest possible one
Okay,
is
I'm
a
gonna play
3-frame
this
window.
one safe.
Yeah,
So I think
this bonus is
jumped too
scary.
early.
That bonus is not
that first
hard.
jump you can go over the 2Bs, but it's pretty tight, and if you miss, it's like we talked about how punishing failing this bonus is earlier.
Yeah, if you fail that bonus, it is really terrible.
Yeah, either
You
gotta
get dropped
beat the
all the
level.
way down here, and you have to climb back up to get the cannonball, or just die. You know.
Yeah, or like beat the level and then start again from the start of the level. But yeah, either way, it's a huge time loss. Like regardless of what strat you do.
So we saw this in 3-1, but didn't really comment on it. This is about to be a trick called a super... I hope it is. All right, there we go. Okay. So that was a super jump. You get like put in this awkward midair state with your second Kong sometimes. There are a lot of ways to trigger it. In 3-1, you team throw into a barrel. Yo, that star is like... He's juking you.
I'm like missing by like a
That
pixel.
guy's got some maneuvers.
It's just teasing me in place, and I'm somehow just dancing around it.
Yeah. But when you swap in water,
it's all
that's
good.
one of the things that can trigger the super jump state. And when you take damage, you activate it, and your guy ascends. It's not infinite, but it does go very high.
Yeah. Here's another one.
Yep.
That's a jump.
Yep. A very
Quite
super
super.
jump, even.
Yeah.
I think this is a really satisfying bonus to do correctly.
I don't even know the optimal strat. I wing this. When I learned this, I winged it really hard.
Just that first throw right there, where you throw it up and then you land on the guy at the same time. It's a good feel.
Yeah, I love that strat.
All right. Grab the DK coin and roll out.
You see Diddy's weird animation when I hit the goal?
Yeah. I think that's like a super jump byproduct. Anyway, I hope this song reminds everybody of their childhood.
Press 1. This song
You
reminds
legally
me of
have to say that every time you run Donkey at a marathon.
Yep.
So, the tech in this level is largely based around things called quick shots. It's a 2-frame or 3-frame window. I can
3-frame,
never
yeah.
remember which. 3-frame, thank you. When you shoot a barrel, to shoot out of it before it rotates even one click. So that's like the only thing you can really do to speed this up. There's going to be some intentional damage instances to like get iframes and run along a few of them, but the next
missed one
big
quick
trick
shot.
isn't until after halfway.
Almost had it perfect, but I missed one.
Oh.
The wiggle.
That one coming out of the bonus is hard since you can't see the barrel like as you get into it.
Yeah, there are varying levels of difficulty for sure. Also, bramble hitboxes make no sense.
Yep.
All right, let's see. And that is Vine Clip. Very difficult trick right there. You big boy up into like a specific spot, and then you can throw through the vine and get up to this end section. There's no backup if you miss it because you killed the guy, so you kind of have to do the other backup, which is you go over and you like team throw and damage boost.
Yeah, there's like 2 other backup strats, but like to skip the maze. But yeah, you can't retry that clip.
And if you take damage, you have to do the Maze of Shame.
Yep. Then there's just straight up no backup at all.
But yeah, that's that level. That's that world, actually. So we're on to the boss, which is...
Oh my god,
The
in a run
snoozer.
yesterday. Because I still had the habit from the Beat Mario category, I purposely failed that bonus, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? so I just killed the run entirely. I was like, oh my god. Because you can't retry that bonus too if you fail.
Oh yeah, bramble
so we got
hitboxes
quite a
are
snoozer.
voodoo.
Yep.
So this fight is a complete auto-scroller. The only tech to it is this quick hit thing here. You see he waits and then he walks over and he releases the barrel. The backswing hits him. That's all you can really do to speed this up. The timing is different from each hit. A lot of people have different strats. A lot of people who saw the 2016 run will remember. Oh!
Shoot. And
Never mind, this boss is impossible.
I know, right? Yeah, generally it saves like about 20 frames per, but you lose like upwards of 10 seconds if you fail it. So it's like,
Yeah, you have to do a whole extra cycle.
yeah, so that was rough failing it.
Your nice intentional stun.
I like doing
Show
it
off
on
how
the
threatening
slow
this
cycles.
boss's mechanics are.
Yeah, I like doing it on the slower cycles. It's like fun.
This dude is. Come on!
That was slow.
Cudgel getting
Yeah,
the maximum amount of screen time today.
Yup. So I'm waiting for. I'm counting Dixie's like breaths. Like she kind of bobs up and down. So I'm counting her oscillations.
And the hair oscillations.
Yeah, for those cycles. So yeah, I didn't miscount, but I just moved too slow on the times that I failed.
Alright. On to World 4. Now we get our first instance of honey. And honey is a heck of a thing. If you're standing on it, it will hold you in place. You have to jump. And climbing on it is another one of those infinite... Ooh, wow, really?
It might have been a
back on track.
RNG roll, possibly.
Yeah, not going for the Diddy Hornet jump. I respect that.
Yeah. Yeah, the cycles were definitely like weird at that point once I flubbed. So
Anyway,
I had to
back on
kind of
track.
think about what I had to do. All right, we're back on track.
Honey is like one of the hardest things in the universe to do optimally. It's got like an infinitely high skill ceiling, just like ropes. You could always be faster at honey. Normally we do a trick called scrolly scroll in any percent, but we need to get shoes over here to get the DK coin. So
I had to
get more
really make
shoes
sure I
content.
didn't lose him there.
Oh yeah, if you
I'll
lose
also
him, it's
walk with
over.
that. Yeah, then you gotta die or redo the level.
And take him out over here, Yoshi him.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, you kind of lose a lot of time
That's
if you
annoying.
fail that jump and get hit too.
Oh yeah, it sucks. Yeah, dude, this is exactly what honey does, especially the part where spiders are immune.
Yeah, because spiders hunt bees, right?
Yeah. That damage is intentional. See ya.
Hey, thanks for the cover. Yeah, I accidentally did 2 upshots with the web, so I shot over the spiny guy and walked into him.
So there's 2 bonuses at the start of this level. Again, it's way faster to get them after you finish the stage and just start select out than it is to get them on the first visit.
So there might be an audio glitch that might happen if I exit out of this bonus. So don't be alarmed if
Shout
it
out to
happens.
sound glitch.
Oh, we don't get
Void's
any more of
favorite
that
thing in the
amazing
entire
soundtrack.
universe.
Yeah,
It won't
it
change
might
the
happen, it
soundtrack.
might
It'll
not
change the
happen.
sound effects. It'll be real noticeable when it happens. All right.
Yeah, so I
break
think that
time.
happens only on 1.0, right?
Yeah, it's 1.0 exclusive.
Okay.
All right, time
Yeah,
to take
on
a
this
nap.
right?
This is Target Terror. It is the auto scroller that there's really just nothing to do with. Like, literally nothing you can do makes this go any faster except jumping as soon as possible, and that saves like less than a second over the course of the entire stage, doing it perfectly.
Yep. Saving a few frames by jumping onto the next cart earlier.
The song slaps, though. You are right.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Sad you only get to hear it like twice throughout the whole game.
that is my favorite barrel in the game because it is really easy to forget what category you're playing. That one right there, every time. It's always that one.
Yeah, it's kind of like question where you're going. What am I doing? Oops.
So
Yeah, I had to
you might have
question
noticed
myself
he saved the
briefly.
animals there. That's because the counter
Good.
the counter for destroying the enemies, according to the game, doesn't actually count enemies. It counts, and I quote, sprites removed from the screen. So when he turned his parrot into bananas, and he picked the bananas up, that's a sprite that was removed from the screen, so grabbing the bananas counted as killing one bee. So that bee that we left alive doesn't matter.
Yeah,
really a strange scenario, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
oh no,
it's a very
down.
small time save. I was just trying to follow the guy. I don't know what this whole section is here.
I loved that bonus as a kid. I felt so smart when I found that one.
Same.
It's like, wait, he's still down there. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4 bonus. You jump once, then 2 times, then 3 times, then 4 times.
Nice.
Stunning.
And yeah, since these are auto scrollers, like if you fail the bonuses, it's really punishing.
God. Oh no.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's never happened to me yet, but
I have a very important question for you. Oh my gosh. He actually did it.
was that the question?
Yeah, that was the question.
I only swag at events.
Swag balloon because he loves you guys. You gotta keep that in mind. He did it all for you.
Yep. I never do it in PB attempts.
So this level is a huge sticking point of switching between 80% and 102. In any percent, you would do a very difficult wrong warp in this stage.
Yep. Oh my god, I killed a run yesterday because I forgot and just tried to do the wrong warp.
Oh yeah, that...
In version 1.0 it crashes the game.
Yeah.
So
wrong warp
I actually just like hard blocked the game and like killed the run.
You don't get to keep playing.
Yeah, like the run is actually just straight up over. Like you have to
you have to turn the console off. The game is soft locked.
Oh no.
Yeah, because in version 1.1 they put in like a failsafe code that ejects you out of the level when you find ways to crash the game, basically. So that's how the wrong warps work to our advantage. But
we can't do that on this because this is a 1.0 version. And the reason it's 1.0 will become apparent at the very end of the run.
Yeah,
so
there's some
stay
faster
hyped for
tech
that.
in 1.0. But then 1.1 has its own share of fast tech too. But anyways.
That sign is a suggestion, by the way.
Alright, I'm gonna play this one safe as well and grab this DK barrel here.
Yeah, big respect.
I will ask a little bit of a question because I'm not sure if you all can answer it, but for those that maybe are new to speedrunning or they're coming in here like, oh, this is amazing and everything else along those lines, and they hear you say like, oh, this is the 1.0 cart, you know, and I know for myself there's a 1.1, 1.2. What's the difference? Maybe not necessarily in terms of the speedrun, but just in general, why is it a 1.1, 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 cart?
So
there's actually less enemies in this section on 1.0.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird random changes, but in terms of a casual player perspective, the difference between 1.0 and 1.1 is going to be how the camera scrolls. Diddy, when he's falling, or Dixie, is going to be lower on the screen. Nice. On a 1.0 version. In 1.1, they made the camera like scroll slightly faster downward to stop you from falling down, like I mentioned in Black Ice Battle. The other things they changed are mostly going to be glitch related, which is like wrong warps don't crash the game in 1.1. And to the person in the chat room who said, how do I tell what version I have? There's a page on the wiki for this game, which is dkcspeedruns.com, that has a thing. It's got like this little like image that will tell you how to tell what your cart is just by looking at the physical cartridge itself. There will be either the presence or absence of a letter on like the barcode on the back. But if you're a gamer, you can just go to 1.2 and try to do a wrong warp, and if it crashes the game, then you'll know what version you have.
Challenge accepted.
Either you wrong word for the game crashes, then you know for sure.
I mean, this is
actually,
race.
I have a cart that I bought that the sticker indicates that it's a 1.0, but it is a 1.1 cart.
That's really weird.
Yeah, the one that I use for any percent and stuff, like it says it's 1.0, but it's not.
Number 2 guy has been defeated, by the way. He's the silent killer.
Yep. If you
And we win the race.
if you hit him late, then you can very easily just bounce into a pit and die.
He's a
So you
legend.
really got to be on point. All right, my run yesterday, I forgot to go to Cranky here, so I'm just saying it out loud to remind myself to go to Cranky.
Yeah,
Don't forget to go to Cranky.
that's
Thank
the
you.
first time that Cranky is not on like a fork in the path, so that's why you visit him in World 4. Anyway, Mudhole Marsh, this is the... Yep, there we go. I didn't even get to finish the sentence.
That's a very rare mistake from me.
Yeah, this level is hard.
So usually I die right at the start, but not not there.
In my opinion, this is one of the hardest levels in the entire run.
Yeah, for sure.
So I did see a question in chat, and you may have gone up to it, but I don't think it's been addressed yet. But what all do we have to do to get 102%?
So we have to collect every Creme coin in all of the bonus stages, finish every level, including all of the Lost World levels, visit every Kong family member because reasons. And
Yeah, they all give 1%.
we also are grabbing all of the DK coins, even though that's not tracked in the percentages, because it has an effect on the game, and we have deemed that counts as completion.
Yep. Yeah, at least I don't have to go for that Kaizo roll in this category because of the bonus.
Also, you can't wrong warp out of any levels, because wrong warping out of the level does not give you a % for completing it.
Yeah.
But we can't wrong warp because we're on 1.0 anyway.
Yep.
And that'll lock the game.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, this is a cool strat here. You team up because it can hit 2 guys at the same time. The cannonball can't. Just a little micro optimization.
Yep. A little bit faster.
Fun trivia. If you just hold right and Y out of that bonus, you will roll right into the beetle and take damage.
Yeah. So that's why I have to kind of like wiggle around for a bit there.
Your roll
okay, that's a
dies at
little
like the
slow.
exact perfect frame. It's magic.
Yep. So you have to like delay yourself before actually going into it.
All right, focus time here. All right. So
Yeah,
that
you don't want to miss
DK
that coin
is a-
because you gotta redo the level. If you
yeah, obviously a real bad
no.
one to mess up.
Oh my god.
The window
And,
isn't really that hard, but it is. It's terrible to fail it, so it's nerve-wracking.
yeah, there was an event I was running for where I missed it twice in the same run. Probably lost like 3 minutes
wow.
or something.
That's you got to play
It's
the
really
whole
bad.
level every time. So
Yeah,
this is
because I was
clobber carnage.
running as a backup runner, so I didn't practice the game like at all. So yeah, so I was really rusty. Plus, I didn't play the game for like a month entirely at that point too.
So hey, you guys like magic tricks? Because Ryan did one earlier with the slime. Let's see if he can do another one.
Yep.
All right, that looks fine. Nice.
Oh, thank God! I thought I dropped it a little too far back, but
So
it actually worked.
we activated SMW mode for a second there. We flew over. What he's done here is actually like really, from a coding perspective, this is like kind of nuts. What he's done is he's grabbed the ID that controls like how far the barrel shoots. And by throwing it, he just makes the barrel shoot gooder. Like, look at that. Look how much farther
Shoot
it makes him fly. Like, he just goes soaring over the entire level. It's really cool, actually. Like, and it skips like one of the worst, most annoying auto scrollers in the game. So
Yeah, it probably saves like 20 seconds each too. So
yeah, it's awesome.
it's a lot.
That was really nice to look at.
I think I missed one or both in my PB, so it's a huge time save.
That's
I usually
gotta
miss
be
the second
my,
one a lot.
one of my very favorite tricks in the entire game. Just both to look at and because it skips just a terrible section. So
Yep.
love it.
Chat asking gooder.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's gooder.
Yeah, gooder.
Sometimes I've been reading chat. I swear I'm not ignoring you guys, but you know, I got a run to do.
So here's one of the other fan favorite tricks for the speed run. Big boy up here, get onto this hook, skips a whole lot of level. There's actually like a lot over there. So there are a few methods to do it. I like the damage boost method myself because I'm bad. But the big boy is more swag.
Yeah, damage boost strat can be faster than what I did, like slightly too.
Yeah, it depends on like what your setup is, how you do it.
Yeah, because there's a faster
there's so many...
big boy you can do, but it's like it's too hard for me.
Shout out to Via Strike, by the way.
Yeah, the Via boy. That one's too hard for me to like do in a run like consistently.
So now we're Ramby. You may know if you play this casually that you're supposed to go over this bonus to get to that coin, but a Ramby double jump will get it just fine.
Yeah, casually I knew how to Ramby double jump, so I thought it was the intended way.
Oh, yo, death jump? Let's go.
Yup. Death jump is easy. No, I'm kidding.
There's a guy who came into the speedrun Discord and was like, hey, did anybody know about this? And he just posted a video of doing the intended strat for the DK coin. Why did your
That's actually really
die?
funny, because I think
really
I
funny,
like
yeah.
touched back by accident. So my hands are a little sweaty, and I like my thumb slipped off the D-pad, and I think I like grazed like left on the D-pad.
Yeah. No big deal.
But good thing it wasn't in like a dangerous spot for that to happen.
Also, big wording the chat right here. You should definitely play all 3 of these games. They're all sick.
Indeed. Yeah, there's been a kind of any percent tournament going on for DKC 3 currently.
It's almost over, actually.
Yeah, I know Winners Finals just finished like 2 days ago. It's pretty
Something
recent.
like that.
Well, yeah, so version difference. So in 1.0, this B moves way slower than in 1.1.
Yeah, he's... It's really funny to look at. Like, 1.1 King is, like, hauling. 1.0 King is just, like, lazy.
Yep. It makes, like, your strats for movement, like, weird between the 2 versions. So it's, like, very easy to,
it's actually, like, harder because he's slower, because he's not where you think he's gonna be.
Yeah, it's, like, awkward. It's awkward because he's so slow.
I wonder why they changed that.
Yeah, because this boss is too easy on 1.0, I guess. I don't know.
That's my guess. I don't know.
You're gonna have to ask Rare.
Yep. Crow. The next boss as well is slower in this version.
Which is really
It actually
bad
does
for
have
the
a
player.
soft lock risk.
Yeah, it's really bad if you mess it up. Anyway, this is like one of the community favorite stages. This is Ghostly Grove. Very cool stage. You get to just hold right and Y and sometimes you
Oh no!
sometimes you don't press jump and you die.
Sometimes you don't roll. I did not
Anyway.
purpose. I just wanted to show the beginning again, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
There we go.
First try.
Oh, that red guy there is a menace. Like, whether you get over him or not does not ever feel like completely consistent.
Yeah, I messed that up like twice in a row now after a week of consistently getting it.
That's how
But
it
it happens. Like, sometimes it just gets you. I practiced it a lot, though, to, like, be consistent. So, you know, messing it up, like, twice in a week is, like, really good. So.
Yeah, for sure. Just hold W, you got it.
Hold up. Yep.
But yeah, no, this
I
level
don't
is...
remember W on my SNES pad.
Right?
Yeah, this level is super sick.
So there's another event where I forgot this bonus, so it's ingrained in me now to not forget.
We
pretty easy
front
bonus,
rope or back rope gamer today.
All right, so I've got a weird thing where I'm gonna do kind of like a slow front rope.
Okay.
I copied it from a leftover when I watched this PB. Where he kind of wiggles. Oh, what?
Oh, never mind.
Oh no!
It's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. Next level's an auto scroller anyway. What's the extra 2%? DKC just decided to do that, In DKC 1, you get 101%, and 2, you get 102, and in 3, you get 103. There's really nothing that defines it. It just happens.
They were planning sequels.
I guess.
Yeah.
After the first one.
Really upset
Planning
that I can't
99.
get, in a Tropical Freeze, you can get 200%.
Whoa. That's a little too high for my liking.
That's... So there's a bonus on top of this bonus, by the way.
I know, another one where I felt like a genius after getting it. It's like, whoa, bonus on the bonus? What?
Yeah, 3 has 105 if you beat the game on hard mode. With like the hard mode cheats on.
Yeah.
Wait, a platformer that goes left?
Yeah, the auto scroller goes left and now it goes right again.
I know, wild, right?
Anyway,
this has got to be the first game that did it. Ignore
this is
Mario
also the
Bros.
first
3.
game where you get 120 stars. I can't think of any other games where you get 120 stars.
Yep.
0 whatsoever.
Yeah, faster than that other game that copied 120 stars that you might know.
You'll notice that he's jumping a lot. Jumping up and down like slopes in specific positions saves time, and it's not a trivial amount of time. Like you can save like a couple of seconds in this stage, but just like knowing where to jump.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know the whole route either for jumping.
So that is
I know
actually a
some
fair
of it.
question. Why is the game in Japanese? Because of a very small number of minor differences between U and J. We're gonna see one of them right now, actually. After this cackle section. That's the guy's name.
Oh wait, I made a mistake for Bramble Scramble when I said there was less enemies. That's in Japanese.
Yeah, that's in J, not U.
not a version difference.
Oh wait, we don't even see UBs in this stage. Because it's 102. We go under them.
Yeah, the 2 Bs are above, or well, it would be just 1 B in Japanese.
For some reason, up
of
there,
this
there's 2 Bs in U, and there's only 1 B in J. It's the weirdest thing.
They were like, it's too easy.
The other difference is there's a mid-air team jump, like double jump thing that you can only do in J. It's a bunch of really minor time saves. And none of it is actually text related. Fun fact.
Yep. We don't read Donkey Kong speedrunners.
There's no reading in this game. Fun fact, also in 1.0 specifically, and only 1.0, you can despawn this guy.
I remember hearing about that, and I forgot.
It's happened to me once. That's like the weirdest thing that I've ever done.
All right, making sure I don't forget this DK coin, because...
yeah, that's a bad one to forget.
All right, since I had Dixie in front from getting hit in the previous level, I wanted to see if shooting out of that barrel would give a airborne state. The goal swap. I tried it for science, but it didn't work.
That's a really good use, actually.
I needed to know since the situation came up. But instead, I just wasted time a little bit.
So, this level's got this wind. The wind is a gimmick, as they like to say.
Good thing I didn't get hit there.
That's like the fastest bonus in the game, by the way. It's literally 1 second. Just jump and hold right, and you in.
Yep. Hey, I saw I got pinged.
So, you have to escort mission this cannonball for a second with the wind going. It's a little scary. If you clash it on one of those bees, you are out of luck.
Yep. And yeah, you can very easily jump too early, too. It's like pretty rough. And just
this bonus is exceptionally difficult to optimize.
Yeah, this is probably like...
Ooh, this is like really good, though.
Bonus.
That was good, yeah.
27, let's go.
Solid. It's way better than any time that I did it in practice. So it was decent.
Yeah, really cool bonus. I like that one a lot. So he teamed up down there and threw into the barrel. That wasn't like some kind of like deep save strat or anything. That set up the airborne state. And what he's going to do now is a thing called a goal swap. when he landed on the ground and switched to Dixie, since the game thinks she's airborne, she hit the paddle without him having to jump on it, which saves a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I've been doing it throughout the run occasionally, but yeah, it's definitely good to touch up on it though.
That's like the coolest one, for sure.
Yeah,
you can do it at like high speed with the wind pushing you too. Oh, it's super sick.
Yeah, the LZ swap.
That's the one.
Finally figured out a visual cue that worked for me, so I can finally like confidently go for it in runs.
So this level, by the way, this is Parachute Panic. This is the party trick stage. This is the one that is going to make people go like, wow, you're so good at this video game. We do the level without the parrot. We just fall down. Ryan just memorized the positions of all the enemies, and he knows where to go. And it looks really, really cool. And it's not as hard as you might think. You could.
I think it's a lot cooler in any percent without the bonuses, but even still.
It's also different doing it in 101 versus 102 because you, like I mentioned earlier, the screen wraps at different speeds in 1.0, so your visual cues are actually different.
Yep.
It's really random.
So I will say, if there's one thing that I've missed out of like 90s platformer type video games, it's the naming of the areas.
The level
They're
names.
always just so good.
And every level name in like Donkey is like either alliterative or something else close to that. Like all of them, every single one.
Yep.
Alright.
It's okay.
Webwood's Rat is a silent killer. That guy is a demon.
Yeah, I barely jumped on that corner, so
So
it made me slide down instead of jumping.
This is also like the hardest level in the entire 102 speedrun. It's already one of the hardest levels in any percent, but 102 is like even further beyond.
Yeah, I do this level like so unoptimal, especially in this category, because there's a lot of like hard.
Even the safe strats for this level in 102 are really hard. So you'll notice every time he's like jumping with the spider, there's the platform webs are forming under him. Bye. Yeah, that's why. This level is entirely over pits. There's no solid ground for most of it. So, as he's jumping up, you'll notice the web spawns under him instantly. That's a thing called instant webs. You push L and R or L and A or any combination of those three buttons at the exact same time, and it forms a web instantly, instead of having to wait for it to come out. And now there's going to be
I forgot how to move here. I was thinking of any percent.
This is a scary spot to forget, man. You can't do this to me. This is a trick called Fast Cannonball, and it is...
Unfortunately, I missed like 2 enemies. So.
Alright, so this is a trick called Slow Cannon.
Slow Fast Cannonball.
Oh, we're getting it again. So that guy is supposed to shoot one cannonball and then shoot another one that goes really, really slow. And then you use that to break open the bonus. But I just said the word slow. We don't want to go slow.
Yep.
So
we're a speedrunner.
We're gonna race the fast cannonball. Oh, what?
I was a little scared about my position the whole time, and I paid the price.
We get to see slow cannonball. Look at it go.
Right.
Okay, so
there's the other one.
You just shot like a really fast one past it. Oh my god, I've never like had to do this in a while, like on purpose either.
We're gonna go.
Oh my god, it's even slower than I remember. Oh my god. That's so funny.
So, I was I'm annoyed on your behalf for that because the web height was good all the way up until that last jump. Like, what the heck?
Bramble hitboxes being jank as you mentioned earlier.
That Bramble is just higher than all of the other ones in the entire... What?
Yeah. So I was like, all right, either I'm messing this up on the first one or I'm good. And then it was just not good. So I'm kind of forgetting where to go now. Oh, right.
Exactly.
Because this movement is like different from 10%. So like the routing here. So I forgot how to move. So I just kind of winged it after.
Just take it super chill.
Yeah, so everything was like way off. Oh, sorry.
Say, I don't know a whole lot about DK speedrunning, but in terms of moving, I think there's like a D-pad that may help.
Yeah, that's usually a good idea. Shouts to Rare, by the way.
Yeah, it's got the Rareware logo for the stars.
Right, so this DK coin is the bane of many people's existence. It is on the goalpost, and it is on there for 8 whole frames.
I heard 11 frames.
I will say we got the O and we did get the G.
Yeah, that's close enough.
It's OG game.
It's an OG, yeah. It's an OG. I mean, come on.
That's why it's part of the bargain bin.
This is a creepy. It's a creepy crow. He's a ghost now. Yo, right spawn, let's go. These are the spawns on this are RNG. We can't even get away from Crow being random when he's dead. Like it to the grave. Nice. Going for the backup barrel. I respect that.
Yeah, might as well try to not lose like 10 years to a death.
Yeah.
This fight is really long too.
Hey, oh, yo, double right. You want right spawns most of the time. I think like center right is optimal or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Getting left is bad in general. Especially on that second cycle. Getting left like loses the most time in the fight.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to left spawn. Getting left spawn on the last hit. Yo, do it.
No!
Oh, no, you're my friend still. Ah, dang. We were about to scare everybody to death.
So, if you die, then you can if you die but complete the level,
the coin falling on you revives you. So like you die and then you just bust out into a guitar solo.
Yeah, the fake death bait.
You just have to act like you died and just scare all of chat.
I tried.
Dang. You know, this level is Arctic Abyss. This is now a level with a zip in it in any percent. So 102, kind of like the last bastion of playing the level, and it's a pretty interesting level. You get to do a lot of unguard the swordfish here. The most we see of him in any stage in this game.
Okay, I missed like 2 stars on the way. Yeah.
No big deal. We chilling.
That bonus is impossible.
It really is, though. Like, it's so easy to just be greedy. There's supposed to be 2 pufferfish there, by the way. One of them just doesn't show up for work most of the time.
Yeah, if you move correctly, quote unquote, then yeah, the left one won't spawn.
So, fun fact about him. Fun fact about him, he does spawn. He just spawns in the skybox. If you wait long enough, he'll eventually come back.
He was on his lunch. See?
He's on his lunch.
Yeah, dude. So that's a cool thing there. He did like the super stab as the water was going down, and when it like taps him on the head, it gives him its downward momentum, which makes you go sink just a little faster.
Yep. So I was on PB pace yesterday, and then the bonus failed for no reason on this beat. So
what?
I should clip it.
Oh my gosh! What?
Yeah, the last beat, it just like I took damage instead of hitting him. Like walking.
Yeah, I love this game, but I also hate this game, dude.
And you can't retry that bonus, so I had to like die and start from the mid barrel.
Yeah, you actually can't. It's not possible.
Then I failed the chain link chamber bonus once, so I was like, I went from being ahead by a minute to like ahead by 5 seconds out of that segment.
How much does the zip save in other categories? Nobody knows. We'll never know. It's a mystery left to science.
Time. It saves time.
It saves
time.
I'm gonna quote the great SPD Wolf. It saves nothing because you get it second try.
Yeah, Arctic Zip's too hard. Oh my gosh,
anyway,
I tried to do it in
Antics.
Warpless, and it's like way too hard for me.
Yeah, this is Animal Antics. This is a level that a lot of people will probably think of as like the hardest level casually.
Yep.
The speedrun kind of nerfs it because we're gonna cheat. We're not really gonna cheat, we're gonna cheese.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So get hyped for that. You're gonna see this level
Play this safe.
embarrassed and made fun of.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Sometimes it claps back, so.
Yeah, it'll let you know sometimes.
Like I said before, the PB.
Yeah, just PB, dude.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, so this is the hardest part. Yeah, we're going in. You're supposed to like try to like fly over that barrel, and it skips the animation, but no big deal. It's better than hitting the bramble.
Yeah, if you fly too high, you'll just fail the bonus, and that loses like probably half a minute. So.
Oh.
All right. So now onto the infamous squawk section. This is the part that most people are going to remember. Is like, this took me forever when I was a kid, and me too. I promise. The wind is a gimmick, dude. So we're just gonna like.
I'm kidding.
If you just go as fast as possible at all times, the wind cycles will just shove you through everything while you're still in iframes, and you won't actually have to like play any of the mechanics at all. Look at that, easy stage.
Yep.
Nice.
This one jump, the killer.
It's really funny to just like die on the snake section after you do like the bird part. It's like it's like the single most disappointing thing that could happen to you all day. Yo, let's go. We got the double jump. Nice.
True double jump.
Yeah, that's the 3-frame window, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so you can skip going into that barrel underneath to shoot past the bees.
Is the level with the Snaky Chanty song already been played? Yeah, unfortunate. You missed out.
Oh yeah, long ago.
Oh,
You're gonna have to check the VOD for that one.
So this is Windy Well. The wind is a gimmick. Oh yeah, the wind is not a gimmick. The wind is impossible. That is the easiest thing to do in this level, is like clipping off that platform right there.
Yeah, particularly that mistake. It's like so common to happen. I'm more used to being Diddy here because of like 80%.
Diddy Windy, true route.
Oh, that too. Even though I don't do the Diddy Windy part, but like the team up thing, the team throw thing.
So this bonus, you get kind of greedy and you try to hit two guys at the same time. You can mess it up. It's possible. It's happened.
Yeah, sometimes you can just like take damage. You like hit one and not the other. Oh, that was weird.
You should be fine.
Yeah. Right at the mid-barrel.
This isn't any percent, so don't do the thing. Please don't do the thing. I will be very upset. There's a trick you do in an 8% here where you like kind of get up there. If you do it wrong on 1.0, you will be soft locked.
Yep. Oh wait, and English version as well, like the.
Oh, like is that only on you?
Yeah, for on you it yeah, the camera doesn't follow you when you do that skip with the damage.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, on 1.0 you particularly.
You 1.0 only. That's right.
Yeah, so Japanese saves what, like 4 or 5 seconds, because you can't do that skip.
Yeah, you will be completely out of luck.
So I gotta take this really slow because
you're not
because it took damage. Yeah, I tried for the ghetto B skip, but I think I moved like a pixel too far back when starting it.
Yeah, not a trivial trick. Anyway, really creative bonus. Just square made out of stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
How does that even work? That makes no sense.
It could be a star made out of stars.
Could have been. Shout out to the bonus. That's the bonus in DKC 3 that's just an empty room with green bananas underwater.
Yep.
So he went back and got a Kong here. That's because you need 2 Kongs in this level. It is not negotiable. Saves actual minutes.
Yep.
This is a very, very, very long auto-scroller.
Yeah, it's like the longest auto-scroller in the trilogy by a lot. So.
Oh, it's bad. It's terrible. Well, we're gonna get around that with the technology of the companion barrel. This is our guy right here. We're gonna escort him to a section of the stage later on, and he's gonna help us not scroll.
Yeah, it's like about a quarter through the level.
And we're actually gonna have to re-enter this level twice. And escorting the barrel halfway through the level twice is still faster than like just playing the level intended.
Yes.
Goodness.
This level's a disaster for like speedruns.
Yeah, this level's a mega long.
Well, I can say, because I know you were talking earlier that if someone missed it, they can check the VOD. I will say that we actually have our VODs on YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hello, YouTube. You can go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick if you're interested in looking at our live content starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and while you're there, check out our highlights channel. There's been a lot of like really, really cool glitches and expeditions that's been going on throughout this entire game. But with us having so much going on every day, we have a highlights channel, so all you have to do is watch that and check out some of the really, really interesting features, standout moments from all of our hotfix shows. Just type !highlights in the Twitch chat to learn more about that. And of course, with that being said, also we're on Instagram to get bite-sized clips from our hotfix shows and to see what happens at the events.
Oh, I gotta
So
look.
while that was
Instagram.
happening, there was like, you probably saw some weird stuff happen on the screen. That is the old any percent strat for that level. It doesn't work. The new any percent strat doesn't work on 102. That's called the goal summon. He took the barrel to a point. He clashed into the wall, got an unloaded Sprite in his hands, and he threw it. And the game got very upset. What looks like it happens is that the goal comes to him. What actually happens is Diddy or Dixie's position is moved all the way up to the top of the stage. So it actually counts as a warp. It's not allowed in warpless. It's something for sure. It is a graphical nightmare. The game doesn't really know what it's supposed to be showing you, which is like it's really confusing to look at, but all that really happened is he just flew to the top of the stage incredibly fast. He threw the value for the floor, if I understand it correctly.
Yeah, because you would get crushed if you didn't have invincibility frames.
Yeah, that's why you take damage.
Yeah, because if you mess it up, you do get warped up there later, but you get crushed because your iframes will run out. Well, if you mess it up in certain ways, then it'll warp you, like, take longer to warp you.
The game gets very upset and asks you to leave the stage. That's about right. Go away. That's the only wrong warp you can do in 102 because it's not a barrel wrong warp, so it doesn't crash the game.
Yeah,
it's also not a wrong warp. It's an up warp.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you hit the goal, so you end up completing the level. Completing the level like normal.
All the way back.
Yeah, it's got another long time with this.
We chillin'. Escorting our barrel once again because this level is good.
There really isn't like that much to talk about for the repeat part that I already did. There's like not much to talk about. Really.
There's really like even less interesting doing it the second time.
But yeah, in certain spots, I was holding the barrel in my hand to reduce lag because it wiggling around can cause lag in some places.
It is very scary to do it when that guy's on screen because if you flash the barrel, you are out of luck. You're as out of luck as the kid.
All right, so there is like an optimal strat where you what's it called? Oh, I hate when that happens.
What?
Occasionally.
Are you good? Is this still gonna be?
Yeah. Okay. So normally,
we're good. So we're supposed to take Ramby, which is why he just showed up all of a sudden. But we skipped Ramby and we took the barrel instead. There was
we're very lucky that they give you Ramby in the bonus because you
wouldn't be able to
quote unquote
otherwise.
get in there with him.
There was going to be a trick where he gets another invis and like breaks it into a wall that is kind of close to the bonus, and it just kind of sucks him into the wall.
Oh my gosh, what's happening?
He took damage, so
yeah, I was gonna opt out of it though because I'm so afraid of messing it up because if I failed it, I'd lose like a minute. Oh my god, I'd lose like a minute and a half.
That's a huge time loss.
Yeah, that's pretty massive. So I gotta wait for the elevator to catch up.
So what he was gonna do is he was gonna team throw up here and get into the Squawks barrel that's to the left through this fake wall. But now he had to wait for the floor to carry him because he took damage, so that actually loses like an eternity.
Yeah, because I missed the big boy off of that enemy. It can be hard to get it sometimes because it's really laggy there.
Yeah, that game lags a ton in this stage. There's also like Squawks is like so slow. Like you have to mash so much harder in this level to go fast. It's for no reason.
Yep.
Anyway, this is see ya.
Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't get crushed, but yeah. So if I had lost Diddy, like if I ended up getting the mid barrel and then losing Diddy or Dixie, then I could have died on purpose to let the Crusher catch up. But since I died right before
that's the old warpless strat. You would you like super jump through the barrel and then like die.
Yep. So have it catch up.
All right, so you have to wiggle there because if you just hold right or left and Y at the start of that level, you will roll off and short the rope and die.
Yeah.
That is a very, very common beginner mistake. Everybody does that when they learn the game.
Yep. I've definitely done it.
Oh, definitely. This is where you would wrong warp this level in any percent, but we don't do that.
Yep. And it's laggy bonus.
Laggy bonus and low-key terrifying. Like, these hitboxes are awful. See how they like oscillate when they're moving? That does matter. Their hitboxes are not stationary.
These are they're kind of moving in like small circles while they're in place. So.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah. I got hit by that first B on the top section in my last run, so I lost like half a minute to failing that bonus.
Alright, so this is one of Void's favorite sections of the game. After you get this invincibility barrel, you have to go. It is very, very satisfying to do correctly. Like I said, rope climbing has an almost infinite skill ceiling, so it's one of those things that's just
not
like...
Not bad.
Yeah, it was okay.
Whoops. Obvious hiccups, but like, not the worst.
And shout outs to that bonus. That's another one that took me forever.
Going through the wall?
Yeah, just go through the wall, dude.
Yeah, at first I thought you had to like go through the floor like that they're standing on. You know, it's like climbing into nothing.
Yeah, because you can see the gate there.
Yep.
Ryan forward. Anyway, nice glitch. You can just kind of like flip into the wall there with a swap.
Yeah, 1.0 has glitchy swap mechanics if you're holding a direction sometimes. So it kind of lines you up perfectly when you come out of that bonus to press left and swap.
Big fan of CLC. It's one of my favorite stages in the run.
Same.
Now, this one here, Toxic Tower, this is the snake execution check.
Yep, this is like...
Ratley, and it is hard.
Another one that everyone asks for advice, like, on this level.
Oh yeah, this is like the stage right here.
Yeah, handling your snake is like really tough. It took me forever to like get like decent at it even.
There are a lot of routes of like varying degrees of difficulty through this section, but the optimal route is incredibly like demanding. There's like a tradition in the speedrun Discord for this of like people sharing screenshots of their like controller grips.
Yeah, you should definitely look at the one I shared.
Yeah, Ryan's is messed up.
The way I hold the controller during the stage.
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a combination of claw grip and this grip that MT Sis talked about in one of his videos on like the advice for the snake that he named MT Grip.
Yeah, MT. Shout out to MT's video about that, pinned in the Discord channel for this this game. If you're having trouble with your snake handling,
definitely check out his videos. Because yeah, that strat that he said, like that grip, like helped me a lot. Even though I revised the grip to be a little more comfortable for myself. Because yeah,
Oh no! I knew it.
I knew it too. A little. I was like,
All right, time to swim.
this is probably. I'm probably gonna like regret this, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
I slightly
The actual-
hesitated when I jumped to think about it too. I'm like, I think I'm gonna get owned, but like I gotta do it.
All right.
Like I'm like I think I might be fine, but maybe not. And then
Sometimes you gotta do it, you know? Sometimes you gotta try.
that's so funny. And yeah, so you can't retry that bonus if you fail it. So.
Yeah. There's no way out. Because the water is just there. You can't. Like I said
Yeah, they're
earlier,
not
if you
trying
like crouch dive into it, you won't take damage till you move, but that's not going to help you.
Yep. I'm not, and yeah, I wasn't gonna what's it called? Complete the level and do the snake part.
Oh,
again.
just do the whole level again, yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
All right, take two.
So that's the
All
first
right,
time I
there we
ever
go. There we
failed that
go.
bonus too.
First try.
Yeah. I thought. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you had it.
can
You
go
just
swap
were
there.
like, your position was a little weird.
Yeah, too far to the right a little.
All right, impossible boss. Nice
Look,
run.
Ma, no hands.
Nice.
All right, we got
So, yeah, something
13
that I-
coins. We haven't missed any.
Yep. So
You did
something
it.
I point out a lot is like after you complete a world, normally you automatically get moved towards the next world on the map, but from that last one, it doesn't move you. So if you're just mashing buttons, you'll re-enter World 6. So you gotta
Yeah, you
be
re-enter
careful about
6.
that. I think my second and third PB at any percent, I did that in both runs. Lost like 20 seconds.
All right, so this is Screech's sprint. This is the last normal stage in any percent. We got one more after this because this is 102.
I was 5 seconds ahead of PB yesterday, and I lost the run to
What?
not that. I took damage early with Diddy, so I had to take a death, so I lost the run to that.
So this bonus is meant to
Okay.
be done with
I'm
Dixie
gonna play
hovering
the
down,
safe.
but
There you go.
don't do that. Like just jump. Easy. Question mark.
Yeah, I was supposed to roll twice when I failed the bonus, but I like missed my second roll, so I just jumped without rolling.
Nice. All right, there is no race. Anybody who told you there's a race in this stage lied.
Yeah,
If you can just fly over the trigger and the guy doesn't start moving.
yeah. You're supposed to race Screech's sprint, but yeah, he's just waiting there to try
So-
and race. But
In 102, you have to make sure when you finish this stage to land on the ground, not on the goalpost, because you will get a fanfare.
yep.
Because fanfares
Yeah.
are really weird.
How
A
to?
nice bearing skip.
I guess you can explain about the goal skip, the fanfare skip mechanic. For
So, yeah,
one.
when you land on a goalpost, depending on how high up you are, you'll get either just like a regular exit, which we're going to see here, or you'll get a fanfare, which is really long and loses a lot of time. Is that skip a 1.0 thing? Nope, you can do that on every version of the game.
Yep.
And now, we're
Yeah,
on the
it
final
saves
boss.
like a second and a half, I think, if you
think
for
it's-
the race skip.
I think it's 2 because it's the time that the stoplight counts down.
Ah, got you. Yeah, we missed a banger entirely though.
Yeah, you don't skip a song.
I love the race music.
Yeah, it's a really good song. Everything in this game's a really good song.
And yeah, when I did that race skip, I did.
K-Rool's an auto
Oh,
scroller, by the way.
So yeah, we got like probably a little under 3 minutes left for this fight, particularly.
Yeah, you
It's
just
a long one.
all you can do is throw as quickly as possible into the blunderbuss, and that's it. Just like don't miss
Yep.
your throws. That's the only tech.
To get what's called dustless If you for some cycles you can throw it fast enough, like that you won't see any dust particles when he's sucking.
They're of like varying degrees of difficulty.
Yep.
They just save like a tiny bit of time per throw.
Yeah,
also, everything about this fight
impossible.
is consistent. Like his patterns, the way that they bounce, the order they come out in is completely consistent every time.
Yep. That was close to dustless there.
Nice.
It was like one speck dust.
And just when you thought it was getting like dangerously exciting, after this we get to take a break because you have to wait for the cutscenes at the end.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's actually like a 2-minute like downtime right after this fight.
Why does K-Rool have a huge SNES controller? That's a Famicom controller, sir.
Yeah, that cycle is really punishing to mess up because it's like probably the longest cycle. Better the last one, I think.
I didn't even notice the banana in the background has the Nintendo logo on it now that someone mentioned the controller, because I didn't know that was a thing either.
Yo, Blue Diddy for the fans. This loses time, so it's amazing.
For the swag. If I was on PB pace, I would have not done it, but yeah.
That was a really deep throw.
Yeah, so in version 1.0, for whatever reason, if you pick up a cannonball as it's appearing, then Diddy and Dixie will throw it like really hard for some reason.
Oh yeah. Shoutouts to the one time. The one time that Void was playing this, and the vacuums on the last phase were just stronger than normal. It was just had more pull than normal.
Oh yeah, it happened to a new runner too, like recently.
Yeah, there have been thousands and thousands of attempts on this game on like Twitch.tv, and we've seen that like twice ever.
Yep.
And nobody has any idea what was going on. Also, Purple Diddy has reverse controls.
Yeah,
but you can just kind of run into the corner there. It's no big deal.
Hey!
Nice run.
Nice.
Except not really. So
nice run, kinda.
Now we have to wait for the game to save so that we can reset and go back for the one level that we still haven't done.
Yep.
Because K-Rool gave us a coin. He gave us a bonus coin when we beat him, and you need 15 coins to get into the Lost World stages. So we have to do this before we can go do the last Lost World level, so get comfy, because this takes about 2 minutes.
Yep. So, if I were to guess, assuming I don't make some kind of catastrophic error, there's probably like 5-ish minutes left of the run.
So in the meantime, while we have a free moment, there's a lot of people in chat that seemed really interested in the run. If they wanted to know more about the run, or maybe find some guides or anything like that, where would they go? Wonderful
question. So we have a speedrun wiki for this game that is dkcspeedruns.com. You can go there. It's got IL guides, it's got videos for every single stage, it's got explanations for all these tricks that I've been talking about. And on that is a link to the public Discord for this entire community, full of a lot of really cool people. Everybody's really nice and really good about like answering beginner questions or even like the harder stuff. It's a really cool place to be. So if you've seen anything in here that makes you think, hey, maybe I could do this, I bet you can. That's a pretty good spot to start. Anyway, Mario is yet to be dethroned, so we are not done.
Coming for him. Can't run forever.
Shoutouts to Earthworm Jim and Sonic in the trash can where they belong.
Yeah, the no-hopers on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like Sonic shoes, Earthworm Jim's gun. All right, so
now we can reset.
Now that the credits started, then the game saves at that point, so I can just hit reset instead of... those credits are pretty long. It's like, I think at least like 8 minutes, if not more.
Don't even talk to me about like longer. DKC 3's credits are 10 entire minutes long.
Holy moly.
They have an individual slide for every enemy in the game.
Yep.
It's
the
terrible.
music's so good for it too.
It is a good song.
So, also while we're in the vein, we're getting everything set up. Where can anyone follow you? And a lot of people were trying to follow Ryan earlier.
Well, Ryan _Ford 522. Gotta get them numbers right. Also, this is a very important trick, by the way. So this barrel is now infinite.
Yeah,
This barrel is supposed to have like a timer that's supposed to shoot, but it is not counting down anymore. And we can just go off the left. And
I was sweating
now the game is
about messing it up too. But
so where we currently are is actually on the far right side of the screen. We wrapped all the way around off the left. We are now at the end of the level. But the camera doesn't know how to go left. The camera has to go right. So we just kind of got to wait for it.
This is great.
And shooting
sorry, I didn't miss the shot. Phew.
You can miss the shot. It's very sad. Anyway, we're not done yet. There's a maze. Yeah.
Yeah, in version 1.0.
There's a maze over there. We're not about it. So that's actually the reason that 1.0 is like you can only do that on 1.0.
Yeah, the infinite barrel and also just wrapping around this bonus too. It's like 1.0 specific.
Yep. And if you fail that bonus, that barrel unavoidably shoots you onto the goal, so
Yeah,
you'll be
so
very
you have to
sad.
do it again if you fail. So it's
Yeah,
like
it's
really
terrible.
risky.
Gosh. Oh, goodness.
And just like that, this is the end of the game. This is K. Rool 2.
Yeah, so this fight's about like a minute and 15 seconds. So
it's
time
just,
will be when the DK coin falls on me after
Yep.
the one hit that we need in this fight.
I always thought this was super cool when I was a kid. He just like shoots everything at you and you just hit him once and then it's over.
Yep.
Like it's really satisfying. Just the barrage.
Yeah, when I first did this fight, I thought it was gonna be like 3 hits or something, and I'm
Oh
like,
god.
this is never ends.
It never ends.
No.
But yeah, it's just like one like minute and a quarter long like attack from him basically. But yeah, Dixie definitely makes it easier.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to be Diddy. It's a lot harder.
Yeah, whenever I run the true ending, then usually you're Diddy in this fight because of the Kong order. So I'm used to it with Diddy too.
And okay,
Time.
Nice.
nice run.
Yeah, you got to make sure
Nice,
not to
man.
also miss that. Otherwise, you got to do that whole cycle again.
Yeah, don't do that.
Happened to me in a marathon once. So
Well, thank you both for showcasing such an amazing 102 of Donkey Kong Country 2. Any final shout-outs?
yeah, just type the heart in chat. So if you do want to give me a follow, just look for Ryan _Ford 522 in the chat and you can click the name.
Shoutouts to the Donkey community. Like, I love it here. These guys are fantastic, and we're always welcome to more people coming in.
Indeed, I saw quite a few people in chat from the community, so I appreciate everyone like supporting and watching too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, additionally, the Discord is pretty welcoming and open, so you can find it on the speedrun.com or on the DKC Speedruns wiki as well. And, yeah, I definitely recommend trying to pick up like any of the trilogy or even all of them. So I'll be trying to learn DKC 103% pretty soon as well. So
Yeah.
hoping
306 eyes.
306. DKC 1 is tough.
Well, Ryan, Basement Hero, thank you both so very, very much for showcasing that. Ryan, we're going to take a small... Sorry, what was that?
I just said absolutely.
Oh.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say thanks for having us, and thanks for the invite for to run for the show as well.
Of course. Yeah, we're going to take a small little break here to get things set up for our next run, which is going to be oozi Earth's Adventures. This is now a great time to get up, stretch, hydrate, get some water, go use the restroom, all that fun stuff while we get things taken care of. Don't forget your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits shared on the GDQ Twitch channel help support the weekly hotfix content. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy these weekly hotfix shows. We'll be right back with Oozi Earth Adventures.
See ya.
And welcome back to the Bargain Bin, a show about speedrunning games all under $20. I'm still Midnight Vesper. Before we get into the next run, do not forget that while Frame Fatales is over, you can catch the VODs over on our YouTube channel. And also, do not forget that right after this show is She is Speed, a show about speedruns by women playing games with women characters. They have Octopath Traveler and Fire Emblem 3 on the show coming up after this. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait for that. But first, we have Hungry Kronos running Oozi Earth's Adventure. How are you doing today?
Oh, I am lovely. Thank you for asking.
Awesome.
Really looking forward to this.
I am too.
Well, I am ready to go whenever we're good. I can just go over a few things.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right, so this is Oozi Earth Adventure. We'll cover a bit more of the minutia of the game as we get into it. Not exactly the most popular game, but just a point of clarity before we get into it. There are 4 difficulties in Oozi. There's hardcore, normal, easy, and kid. And of course, because I am a gamer, I'll be playing on kid mode. And yeah. All right, and so I am good to go. Count you in on 3. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, so this is Oozi Earth Adventure. In this game, you play as Oozi. You are an alien who is alien space pilot who has crash landed on Earth, and you've lost all your equipment and your ship, and you need to go on an adventure to get all that back. And that's long and short of it. 4 worlds in this game, 5 platforming stages per world, and 1 boss. Most of the bosses aren't too interesting, except for the last one, which we'll get to. The game itself is it's built as a callback, to the platformers of yore. Donkey Kong, Mario, Mega Man. There are a few little things to that. You get instant death pits, whatnot. Got those spikes. The spikes are not instant death, thankfully. Especially because we are playing on kid mode. One of the big changes in kid mode compared to the other difficulties is that you cannot get hurt at all, cannot die, cannot make use of any lives. And as a result, a few things change. There are a few other key differences. For one, your double jump is significantly faster, goes significantly higher than it would in every other difficulty. It uses the easy stage layouts. There are variable stage layouts depending on your chosen difficulty. And a few other things, the other main thing for the run is that your wall jump acts differently. You can jump back into the wall instead of getting shot straight out, which we'll see later on. You don't have your wall jump yet. Part of the key conceit of Oozi is that because you don't have any of your equipment yet, and you'll get it back throughout the game, you'll unlock some abilities. And for now, we are pretty bare bones, so we just have to do some straightforward platforming. So you may have just seen that there. That is something called rope velocity, and that is the main trick of the run that we'll be seeing a lot of. Whenever Oozi grabs onto a rope and jumps off of it, he'll actually have significantly increased velocity than he would normally. And that's pretty nice, but that it seems kind of restrictive, right? Because you have to go off of you only have rope velocity when you jump off a rope, right? Well, no. When you jump off a rope and certain other things as we get to it, a flag gets set saying, "Hey, oozi has rope velocity," and that flag only gets reset when you commit to a normal jump. It's this jump here doesn't have a little puff of air out of it. But the double jump does not reset it. So, if we can avoid committing to a normal jump as much as possible, that means that we can keep this increased rope velocity for long stretches of time. And so, in these first stages, a lot of the game is just focused around keeping that rope velocity. And you notice that there are a few things here, like I'm getting a few more skips because I'm able to jump a lot higher than I would normally. This first normal jump is variable. You can see like, jumping low, jumping high. But second jump is always one height. There it is. So there's a bit of a push and pull here. So you want to have this increased speed, but some of your mechanics get restricted by how high your jump is. Thankfully, in this level, we have found our fancy pants. In the first two stages, we are running around with in our underwear, and that unlocks our ground pound. Ground pound, very instant, very, very a little inflexible, but at the end of the day, it actually ends up for some pretty neat platforming because you want to be, if you're climbing vertically, you want to actually be in the air as little as possible. So you'll often see me just ground pounding to get back onto the ground as fast as possible. Go there and go for a little rope velocity jump. But all that being said, even though I have this rope velocity, this still doesn't seem all that good. Again, I'm still restricted to where I have access to ropes. Even though I can take advantage of this flag not getting reset. It's just so much gets thrown out the window by having to actually do normal platforming, and that will all change in stage 2. But for now, we just gotta commit to what we're doing now. So far this Road 1, this is the forest world. We're gonna be coming up on the last platforming stage very soon. And this stage actually introduces something very important: water mechanics. So normally in the game, water, lava, acid would all instant kill you. However, in kid mode, it not only does not kill you, doesn't hurt you, it pops you straight up, giving you rope velocity, and also gives you back your double jump, which means you can do some crazy platforming that you wouldn't normally be able to do. You got this little ground pound branch there. Sadly, that will always take away your rope velocity no matter what, so you just have not routed around that and just have to go. But if we could find a way to keep rope velocity through that, we could have rope velocity all the way through this section here. Luckily, we can get back right here, go for a big old jump. And yeah, that's in sum a lot of what this game is. It's a lot of really finding ways that you can get your speed up and maintain it for long stretches of time. I think it's really quite interesting. Not the prettiest game, but I think I find it quite enthralling to play regardless. And you'll see me just walking through enemies. It's not that big of a deal. It's a minor time loss. Especially with rope velocity, it's absolutely not a time loss. It averages out between normal walking and whatnot. But if I hit an enemy here or there, as I'm walking around, it's not a huge deal.
So are you playing with controller or are you playing with keyboard mouse?
I am playing on gamepad. You can play on keyboard. It is a PC game. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Game was released in 2011 for the Xbox 360, episodically through 2012. This is the Steam release. Those versions have a few differences. I haven't gotten to play the Xbox 360, but it looks a little floatier. But yeah, you can play this game on gamepad. There's not significant advantages either way, so far as I can tell. A few other technical aspects. You may see that I'm playing in 4:3 as opposed to 1920 by 1080. Ultimately, that seems like it comes down to preference. However, this game operates on relative cycles. As your screen approaches a part of a stage, enemies will load in. So if you approach them at different times, and how wide your screen is will change slightly how enemies are laid out as you go through the stage. I've gone with 1920 or 4:3 because it makes a few tricks earlier on slightly easier, but I have not done enough testing to truly determine if the merits of every single one. That just seems like the one that runners previously settled on. As you also you can tell in the top right corner, I have a little 57 going. That will become important later, but just know that I am using using frame capping software to limit the game's frame rate to 57. A lot of the game's physics engine is dependent on the frame rate, and we decided that 57 was the golden number that was. Yeah, it's very specific. It's very close.
Specific frames per second.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Just know that it's very close to 60, and that's about all you really need to know right now. It's really only important in one world for two different reasons. But right now, normally my monitor would be 144 hertz, and that's what the game gets set to. It just matches your refresh rate of your monitor. But 57 was what we found was the Goldilocks number. Very, but again, it's actually just not important for at least this world. World 2 is where it's most important. World 3 has some place where it can come up. But yeah, we are quickly approaching the boss for World 1, and yeah, it's a lot of the enemies do not factor into a lot of this. They're basically just Goombas. Some of them can't hurt. Most of them you can in some fashion. For the most part, enemies are just important as like ways of extending your rope velocity. Like here, I'm gonna keep this for a little longer because I do have to be a little bit more greedy with where I can keep and lose rope velocity, just as a matter of speed. But yeah, right now, World 1, pretty basic. It does even on like higher difficulties, it's not too hard. And that's not to say this game is like super easy. Some levels in this and a lot of the bonus levels are absolutely tough as nails. If you're looking for like a good classic platformer, you might find it here. People do seem to like it if they're into that kind of thing. I was not when I bought it, and I originally kind of bounced off the game. But we can talk a bit more about that in a moment. We are at the first boss fight, and this is the first auto-scroller. Can't really speed this up at all. Yep, boss fight. They for some reason, I'm pretty sure easy mode actually has some pitfalls that they've removed in kid mode, which is weird because you can't take damage. Like there's some spike pits. Spider bounces 3 times, jump onto him, and you can speed that up a little bit by bouncing a bit early on him. You may have seen a bit of animation wonkiness there. That is, you can actually speed up some of the. You can hit the boss a bit early in both World 1 and World 3. Just in World 3, if you do that, you soft lock the game. Third bounce coming here. And we jump, and there.
The art
All right.
design is really, really unique in this, which I really like.
It's really something, isn't it? Oozi is watching you. But yeah, it's all hand drawn, all very, very nice. All I believe I'm. Yeah, no, it's very much like of that era of early 2010s kind of intense art design. And you know, some people it's some people's thing, and I think that's not a bad thing. And that is the end of World 1. All right, so now World 2. This is where the run really opens up, because Oozi has found his gloves. And what's important about Oozi finding his gloves is he can wall jump. And if you can wall jump, you can get rope velocity anywhere. The world is your oyster. So yes, wall jumping and climbing off hooks also gives you rope velocity, which means you just fly. Anytime you can find a wall and you have an opening, you can just start zooming. It's great. This is really the thing that hooked me on this game. You can just do so much fun stuff. Hopefully I don't. Okay. Occasionally you can bounce on those platforms and they will take away your speed. But thankfully it did not do that to us there, and we are good to go. Yeah, this is where the real Oozi begins. Just gonna can just do that. Yep. Yeah, and you'll see that there are a lot of little skips that you can do because you have that increased jump height. And because the main gimmick of this game is so forgiving, it's just you have a wall and you can do whatever you want and you just walk off of it. I feel like this is a really great beginner speedrun to do, and it's a shame because I'm the only person to have ever done this form of the speedrun. The rest of the history of Oozi took place before the discovery of this tech, which is a shame because I think this is such a neat little run at the end of the day. Two tight little jumps here, see if I can get it. Okay, that's the first one. This one's harder. Damn, lost a little time there. And then we got another tight jump coming up here, ground pound, and then this is a very frame tight. That was early. That's okay. There we go. Got the backup.
I think it's important, like you said, that do you think this is kind of like a beginner friendly? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think
it's
because you can't
like,
die.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think that's important to like always kind of showcase and remind people that you don't always have to jump into like, you know, like DKC. If you want to, go ahead. I always encourage it, but if you're new and you want to get something new, it's always these are type of things are really good as like intros.
Yeah, and it's honest, and it was actually very fortunate that you asked me to do this run this week because Oozi is on sale for $1 right now.
Oh wow!
Normally, yeah, it's normally 10, but it is cheap. Very convenient that you caught me at this exact moment. Also, ice physics in this level, boo ice physics, but actually it's not so bad because ice physics are a little wonky in this game. They don't work how you'd expect. Basically, on normal platforms, if you're on a flat platform, they just slow down how quickly you can start running. It's only on what is it? Diagonal platforms, slope platforms that you actually like slide around. Very, very interesting thing. And like, I wanted to drive home that this game is super cheap right now. And even if you're not into the speedrun, which fine, that's cool. I think there is like something here for people who are into this classic kind of platformer.
It's even got the cheesy names, so you know it's a platformer when it's got cheesy names.
No, that you're gonna a lot of these levels just have really punny names that I haven't been acknowledging because you spend so little time on the at the front. But yeah, you got stuff like like bombing fun for a level that has that uses bombs and whatnot. It really is like evocative of a certain era of games. All right. Also, we just had a new mechanic where you slid on ice under some narrow passageways, and that is the end of that gimmick. Get back here and jump. And that's another thing that I think makes this an interesting speedrun is that, like, because I am the only person to have ever laid eyes on this tech, and this run I feel like is still so much growth in it. There's so much possibility, and I'm only one person. I genuinely do invite people to come in and break this game even more, because I was just messing around one day and noticed something strange, and that's a lot of time. That's just how you find this speed tech. You have a fresh set of eyes, and they just change the whole game. All right, that's 2-2 down. Moving on to 2-3, and that one is pretty. This one, oh wait, yeah. Found a new start to this level. Hopefully, it doesn't bite me. Okay, looks like we're still good. 1, 2, 3. Also love damage boosting. There's some really nice damage boosts you can do in this because you're not limited by health. I just wish there was health in the boss fights because it would give some texture to some of them at least. I kind of want to mod the game to add that back in, because it would be so fun. And like, you can't do it on. It's just not the same on like easy or hardcore, just because the physics are so different. Because the double jump is so much weaker, and because the wall jump is so much more restrictive. Granted, a lot of the game is broken because of the kid mode changes to the physics, but I think that's not to its detriment. All right, we will swiftly be moving on here. Wow. All right, very important that I do not fall into these little holes here. It's very. You see that oozi will knock his head down, and you'll lose a lot of your momentum. Gonna damage boost here. Very nice. Gonna try and keep it here. Yeah, nice, cool. One. Damage boost again. This level has a lot of like neat little damage boost text in the middle of it, and I think it really gives it its own identity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we are. God. I lost my notepad. I had a few notes for commentary. I might once we finish a level, I might pop that back open. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's where the frame rate, the first frame rate thing comes into effect. You see those platforms that are coming out of the wall there? Those on if you do not frame cap at all, unless you're on 60 frames per second, oozi will get trapped inside the platform, and you cannot jump. You have to walk off of it and then do a double jump. So that's there's a lot of frame rate shenanigans in this game because they can plan around everything. But I remember when I first encountered it, I just like, is this? It must have been a weird one-off thing, because you don't see those a lot in the game. It's just a one-off thing, but in a speedrun, it's killer. I like, and you don't realize it for most of the run that you've that you've made a horrible mistake and turned off your frame capping device. But yeah, we are swiftly approaching the end of 2-3 here. Gonna just one more little platforming section, another place where this glitch can happen, and occasionally you will still see some like some artifacts of the moving platform there, but luckily we didn't see it there. All right, 2-4, another level that really opens up because of water mechanics. You wouldn't believe it because it's lava, but it's same difference to oozi. our big bouncing boy.
I don't know why, and maybe it's just because I'm hungry, but like the checkpoints to me remind me of like pizza boxes
Oh yeah, I could totally see that.
of a name brand that I will not say for reasons.
Good point. It's very smart. That's the business mind we love to see. Oh yeah, and you also might be thinking, you can't die. What's the point of those checkpoints? Good question. They have an arrow on them that points you the direction that you need to go, and those are occasionally quite helpful. Otherwise, completely useless. And also, they're just thrown all over the place. I do not know why they're here. You can't even like restart from a checkpoint in adventure mode. It's just how the game is. Also, there's these in this level there are these red enemies, these lava enemies that you cannot land on. They're always invincible, so you just gotta avoid them. So sadly, no damage boost for me today. But get going. There's also these rocks coming out of the ceiling. You can ground pound to knock those down and use your oozi punch to knock them into enemies. Very slow, not really using the run, but neat that they're there. Used a lot in the bonus challenges. A lot of like really, really weird puzzles that you wouldn't think of on first glance. And that's weird because the game bills itself as like a no puzzles, no punishment platformer, and gotta say, game sometimes has that in spades. Both of those. I tell you, man, some of those bonus challenges just. One of them was just truly frame tight. I think it's down to like a few of like a fraction of a second, and I was like doing it perfectly. I'd been spending like so long on it, and you might be thinking, can you use these rogue velocity gimmicks in challenges and in other difficulties? Yes, they're just a little nerfed because of how much shorter the jump is and how reliant they are on taking damage. There is a category on the speedrun.com page for this, for hardcore, and it is still a bucket list thing of mine to eventually do that. It just, man, it is actually hard because muscle memory tells me to just constantly throw oozi into the heart of danger. Because I love him so much, but otherwise, that was a little weird. Yeah, so here is another very unique stage, and this is the shifting platforms were why we were on 60 frames per second. This stage is why we are on 57 frames per second. I will be sure to address that when we get to it. But otherwise, we just proceed as normal. Going through. Hopefully I hit this cycle. I do. Bounce, and we're good. Okay. So the main gimmick of this level is the bombs. You can there will be these little chutes where you can drop a bomb down, and there will be destructible pillars that are in the way. Normally, those pillars require that you wait the entire 10 seconds for this bomb. But if you walk straight up to it and throw it in, the bomb clips in and thinks, oh no, I have like despawned or something. I'm not really sure. And it immediately explodes. Here's an alternate way of doing it that is glitch-free in italics. Because the bomb has like a hitbox that's like bigger than just near the wall, you can destroy the wall without any frame capping shenanigans. But that is also dependent on there being like a pit where you can explode some spikes. I'm also taking advantage of a little. Oh no, that's a shame. Because I lost what is it? Rope velocity there. I have to do this normally, relatively. But back to it. I'm also taking advantage of a glitch here where if you walk off a ledge, your jump gets re-enabled. Normally you can't jump while you're holding a bomb, but if you walk off a ledge, Uzi just assumes that you are bombless and you regain some of your abilities. You can't ground pound and whatnot, so you have to be a little careful. We're just going to skip this because we can just do that. And you might be thinking, well, Hungry Kronos, that 57 frames per second trick, that's nice and all, but isn't that cheating? Well, yes, but also it's hardware dependent. The last world record of this had one of those in there, and it saves like nigh on like 15 seconds, and trying to induce lag in your computer for no reason is not worth it. I'm gonna be a little safe here. I'm just gonna do this. Wow. So like you could technically try and like induce some lag and do it that way, but it's just not worth it. That feels a little cheesy, and so we just agreed to do it the old cheating way. Also, this this glitch does not work both sides of the wall. It's only one side. See, totally normal. Just nothing strange going on there.
That's interesting.
Anyway, yeah.
It's a weird mechanic.
I don't know. I don't know. All the developers could tell me was that it happens, and well, there you have it. Also, yeah, shout outs to the Awesome Game Studio devs. They're very helpful when I've asked them for stuff. All right, here's the second auto scroller.
What are boss names?
Yeah, they're very interesting. You can tell they were. There's like a little cheeky, but you can tell they're made by English as a second language people. With
Yes.
they're very interesting. I'll give it that. And obviously, this big lava monster is guarding the top secret laboratory. I don't know how I know it's top secret, but
Yeah, how would you know that?
yeah, no way. You know.
I bet it's like game lore or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably
I know it because I just by like osmosis through playing the game.
Okay.
But you know, anyway, just mechanic of this boss, mash B, boom, and there you go. All right, let's see if I can beat the bomb catching minigame. Come on, buddy, do it. There we go. Ah, okay, good. Oh well, there's one. He's not being kind today. Normally, he, like, drops them in one big pile. This is not going to beat my high score. I'm just going to be clear with you. I'm going to be clear with chat.
Speaking of chat, I wonder if chat can figure out how we found out that it's a top secret laboratory.
You know,
Maybe chat
I
has
think
some good ideas.
like it's Dora. Okay, chat.
Yeah,
Where's
exactly.
the lab? All right, and big 2-0. There we go. One more. And in case you thought all that was fun, are you ready for it to be a little longer now? Because he does one more thing. Don't worry, it'll be over soon. We'll be back to the fun platforming. Just we have to wait through this for now. Okay, see, here we go. He's piling them up a little bit. Oh no. Let's go. Just in these trying times, I can real quick. No one saw anything.
Nope. Didn't see a single thing.
Okay. Yeah. Yep, we're just chilling, just waiting. See, this one's a little different because it has two platforms coming up instead of them falling down like this. Very different. It's a good test of skill. But yeah, we are swiftly approaching some new world that I've since forgotten. I'm not really sure what, but we're just gonna close out here. Don't be a little off center so I missed the bomb, and we're good.
Nice.
And that is World 2. Okay, nice. All right.
Nice.
Here's World 3. the radioactive zone, like it's Sonic. Gonna get velocity here, and honestly, the World 3 is probably my favorite world out of the bunch. I think it allows for a lot of like the smoothest platforming. There's these little goop enemies that under normal circumstances will hurt you, but if you have already taken damage, you can use them as a bounce, as an extra jump. And there's a few little spots in this level that you can use that in. Take advantage of it there. Oh my goodness. I'm getting caught all over the place. Alright. Yeah, pretty neat. Yeah, no, I remember at the when I had initially started running this game, because I had mentioned that I'm not I wasn't initially like a huge fan of it, and my thing as a runner is that like I tend to play games that like as a way of like getting one over on them. A lot of the games on my profile are just things that I bounced off of at the time and I've grown to really respect. And I came along about like it's probably been like a year now, 8 months to a year ago, and everyone there had been like quite a good number of submitted runs about within the past 2-3 years of it, and they were all just very vanilla runs, and the last run that had been submitted for this category was fully a year before I had even started running. And that run was just truly just very well optimized. It would have taken me quite a while to actually beat it. But turns out I didn't need to. I could just do this. And I remember I spent probably a day why can't I jump as high as him? I don't know what I'm doing. And then I messaged him. I was like, there's a difficulty lower than easy. He's like, oh, okay. That'll do it. And rest is history. Wow. Very, very fun. And also, because a lot of this platforming is pretty similar, I am more than happy to ask any questions from the chat, because also I think a lot of people are seeing this with fresh eyes. If anyone has any questions, I am happy to oblige.
I just really enjoy the animation that's been going out throughout this entire game.
Yeah, it's oddly expressive, and the oozi as oozi as a character is weirdly expressive with his big grin, big toothy grin.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
It gives me a mid 90s vibe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, kind of got an Earthworm Jim kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah. Mixed in with a lot of that type of artwork, there's all kind of mishmashed into this, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, there's a lot of really, really compelling visuals, these hand drawn backgrounds and artwork. It's really something. And I know some people do quite like the soundtrack. It's very ambient. Really sets the mood. Might be a little.
I like how
quiet.
there's vending machines.
Yeah, it's a factory. They gotta feed the robots walking around.
What would the robots eat?
What do you think the vending machines are selling? Poison water and Toxicola. So they eat that. It seems like a silly question in hindsight.
Yes, it does.
Come on, you should have been paying attention. Oh, and then we got these guys. They got guns. Oh, nice. Got a cute little jump there. Amen. All right, here's the reticle. Don't be scared, chat. We'll be fine. And we're good. Yeah. Yeah, the reticle is a mechanic for this level and this level only. I think it might instant kill you on higher difficulty. I think like all of them, but just just those. It's otherwise not too hard to work around. I think it might knock you up here, but it's again very difficult to get caught by that. Not to say that I haven't gotten caught by it while I was practicing for this run, but you know, we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, ground pound here, and there we go. It's very important that in these like vertical sections with like narrow passages that I am not grabbing onto the wall, because that is very slow. Also, I cannot grab onto spike walls. That is another thing. If there's ever like an area with spikes, I cannot do anything with those. I am out of luck, which is why that's like a double-edged sword, because that also enables those damage boosts that you saw back in World 2. So yeah, but there are a lot. Oozi loves its narrow passages where like it just gets you a little caught up, and that is like probably one of the biggest time losses in this, aside from just being bad. Yeah. Wow.
Platforming is always fun sometimes.
Yeah, no, it like it's really the game has this like weird way of like just getting to you, just because it's quite satisfying, but sometimes it's not satisfying. And here's the end of the level. Gotta remember not to try and get an edge boost there, rope velocity there. All right, now we're on to World 3, where Oozi embraces his tactical espionage. Hypothetically, we won't be taking advantage of it, but we could, and that's what's important. But otherwise, bio research for a better tomorrow. Ooh. Extra mutated. Yeah, extra mutated orange. Very nice.
Yeah.
Also, these enemies are explosive. I do not want to ground pound them because they will be very slow to do. But I can do these ones. So I just have to hang in the air for a little bit so I don't lose a lot of my speed. I do sometimes get a little lazy and just forget about that and lose a few seconds, but I'm trying to be vigilant about this stuff. Wow. 2 poison water. There we go.
Now, is there any real significance to the items that you're picking up, like, or is it on other games or in a more casual playthrough?
So on higher difficulties, those stars will give you as you cross certain point thresholds. Oh, also a fun gimmick, fun little glitch there. The stars will, at certain thresholds, depending on your difficulty, give you extra hearts. For in the challenge levels and the time trials, they're what gives you your grade in the level. For some of them, and the time trials is for all of them. And in those cases, they don't give you any hearts back. And that's another thing in higher difficulties. When you cross the checkpoints, they will also give you hearts, but not important. And that's like another like little callback to older games. These these collectibles that they just throw at you like nothing. But yeah, right now, oh, there you go. I ground pound one like a doofus. But yeah, here we go. Also, there's this purple filter. It's not on your end, chat. It's on my end. This is poison gas and it'll pop up an O2 meter, and if the O2 meter runs out, Oozi will die, sadly. And also it will cause a distortion effect on your screen, which you can turn off. So it's ultimately in higher difficulties, it's just an O2 thing. and on kid mode, it's just a fun little Easter egg for observant fans.
Now, for factory work, I'm fairly certain having, O2 out like that's probably not the best idea. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, that's. I think we got to get OSHA in on this one. This is a little weird.
That seems a little, yeah.
Gotta say the weird. The science guys and the big orb at the end have a lot to answer for. And there's that little guy behind that wall there. That cannot be safe working conditions.
No.
There has to be a fire exit in there. Anyway, but thankfully, they get it figured out in other parts. But they will be receiving a hefty fine later on. I'll tell you what. Anyway, return of water, and if you don't believe that's water, you're wrong. Anyway, yeah. So, electricity, just like in other parts. Normally instant kill on higher difficulties. Very nice for us here. Giving us back our double jump, and we just get to zoom through this one. Also, this is the introduction, I believe, of the invulnerable enemies. Yeah, these guys, you little blue glowing guys, can't do anything with those. They're just invulnerable. You can kill them, and it's a puzzle in one bonus level. With a gimmick, you have to use your oozi punch, but luckily we do not have to interact with them. They're too scary for me, and I am too nervous to talk to them. But yeah.
So is Uzi in the same realm as Captain Falcon? Because if Uzi has Uzi punch and Falcon has Falcon punch.
I mean, I think it's a little disservice to Uzi to compare him to Captain Falcon. It's kind of like, don't compare him to that amateur is all I have to say. But yes, I will be taking ballots Uzi for Smash in 2024.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. When they release Switch 2, I'm on the Uzi train, baby. Also, the new fun gimmick for this level is the teleporter, because I guess they couldn't. This is the longest level by far, and it's entirely because they decided they wanted to do more level, and so they threw in a teleporter, and good for them. Good for you, Awesome Game Studio. Also, water puddles are ice, but have the same ice physics, but they're never on a slope, so it's just the slow to start up mechanic that ice normally has. We can just jump over that. Also got these little speed panels. Very nice. Basically set your speed to the jump velocity speed, and you can chain a few little neat things. There's just not a lot of these panels in the level, but when they are there, we try and take advantage of it and go fast. And here's a tight jump here. Okay, got it. Cool. Skip a bunch of platforming that we don't want to do.
I don't know why, but there's those little enemies that are walking around with kind of like the green helmets.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the ship that Trunks used in Dragon Ball Z to travel back in time.
Oh yeah. I can see that.
Very similar.
Love those guys. But nice. Electric power for masses. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of these signs are very. I love the signs. They're really something. Little cheeky little pithy little quotes for the fans, and just gonna ignore that cubby. We don't need to use it. Yeah, for some sections they put these those little doors there for set dressing that you can hide in if you feel like you need to take a mental day off. You can just do that. But we're rolling. Yeah, no. The developers also have like a very similar game, or not a very similar game. They have a new game out relatively recently. I ended up buying it, and you can actually. It's weird how much I've mentioned a few times now that I initially bounced off the game, but the new game Fury Unleashed, I think it's called, has a lot of the same like bones of Oozi, but I think for me it addresses a lot of the it very much feels like a modern take on a platform. It feels like a platformer, like 2D platformer Doom. Very interesting, very fun, a little roguelike. I'm gonna walk backwards here, get a little jump, and I'm gonna roll. All right, gotta drop down here. Wah, I say, like Wario. Oozi is very much similar to Wario, I would say. Just loves his stars. And you'll see that a few times throughout the run. I'll do this, that little ditty where I run backwards so I can do a jump and keep rope velocity. When I otherwise won, I'd have to just commit to a normal jump. But because of how much longer your range is when you have rope velocity, you can actually stretch it out quite far. I'm gonna roll with it. Okay. We are moving swiftly through. I believe this is the last platforming stage for World 3.
The music is, you're talking earlier about people enjoy the music, and it does do a whole lot to this atmosphere.
It really sets the mood, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you and say like nonstop bangers, but it really does like set an ambiance to it all. Oh my god, that little glitch there. Occasionally when you land on an enemy, when you're landing on an enemy and you're like also touching the ground, you'll just shoot up and you'll lose a lot of time. This is going to be a 2-cycle cameras because I was not fast enough to get the third one. Did not make it through enough. And then we got these. This section is really interesting because there are a lot of points where you can just walk through when they obviously did not intend you to, like right here. And there you have it. Oh no. Oh well. These guys hurt you if you touch them, and also they set off the alarms like that. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
It's a little time loss. That's that's the other nice thing about Oozi is that because you can't die basically just because you can't die and like a lot of these like otherwise like what might be catastrophic otherwise errors aren't actually that impactful. You actually it actually becomes like a very accessible speed run. I love that like I can make these small mistakes because it's still early on the life cycle of the game, and there's still like so much time that I can save, but also like it's not like too variable. I'm not gonna die in like Rainbow Ride in Mario 64 because I lose like 2 minutes when I was like just 5 seconds ahead. Except in this one, this is a boss fight that is both slow, very slow, and also can kill the run. So we'll see it in a moment. This boss is entirely deterministic. It'll always do the same thing. It'll roll and it'll stop right about there. And I can technically predict it, but I don't really want to because if I heard it before these stars pop up, the fight will soft lock and I have to reset, and I can potentially lose 3 minutes. So I'm just going to be very careful and not kill the run. just to be kind to our viewing audience.
I will disagree with the boss's name, though. They said it was a very stupid name.
Yeah, no,
I think it's really creative, and also that's just insulting.
Have a heart, Oozi. Come on, don't gotta be so rude all the time. I'm just gonna assume that's not Oozi talking, because Oozi, I think Oozi's better than that.
Maybe it's a poor translation. Remember that Oozi is not from this planet, so it could just be a translation error.
No, that stupid in their language is actually beautiful.
There you go. Yeah.
So what's this guy say? Oh yeah, he's got a little the orb boss has a little tattoo on him. Secret Secbot 00023, and it's reversed on this side. Very interesting. That's the realism we love.
Yeah.
All right, do your thing, guy. Just let me get this last hit in. But yeah, we're swiftly approaching the final world of Oozi, and we're going to get a very important new mechanic. And so I guess everyone get hyped for that. Look forward to that. Wow.
I'm hyped for it.
And there we go.
Nice.
Mash. Here we go. Also, fun in between every single stage. There's a Comic Sans jump scare for you. So the new piece of equipment that Oozi got for World 4 is he got his helmet back, which lets you access World 4. And that's it. Okay. Moving swiftly on. 1, 2. Cute little jump here that if you mess up any part of that, you will miss the cycle and be a little sad. There's a lot of pretty smooth platforming in this section. A little bit faster there. If I make that cycle, I can get off the rope before those spikes spawn. 1, 2, do that. Gonna just lose it there. It's not worth. Occasionally, you can do a thing where you can just damage boost onto a short platform from an enemy and keep your speed, but it's just not worth it. There, you'd have to wait too long. All right, let's see if I can do this. Missed it. Oh well. Very, very interesting. And there are very few ambiguous places where you can drop down that look very similar, and I will be hopefully not missing them. A lot of the time they'll be check marked by where the checkpoint is, but luckily I was able to remember that one. Didn't lose anything in the process. 1, 2. And you'll notice that I'm trying to grab onto the hook when I can. Hooks basically just still give you rope velocity, but at the same time, you also get like a big jump off of them. So it's better than just doing a wall jump, because actually wall jumps are a little restrictive. And go ahead.
I'm just very transfixed in the background. So I feel like every second that is it the moon or a spaceship is just getting closer and closer to me.
Yeah, it's and you know what? As a little Easter egg, it never leaves. You have to sit with that one. You'll be foreboded by the Oozi moon for quite a while. But here we go. We got a fun little here. Can't quite make that. I'm gonna wait. There we go. Kid mode skip. With the double jump. And we're rolling. Got these guys just scattered around. One of the new enemies introduced here. Also, there's these bubbles. Also, gotta follow the arrows there. Otherwise, I'd waste a bunch of time. Unfortunate. Yeah. So main thing introduced in this level is the bubbles. Basically, just another jump. If you can chain them, they're quite easy. But if you mess up anywhere, they punish you by respawning after like 3 seconds. Also, another fun thing about this game is that if you ever see a place where you can ground pound and demolish some land, that is the way to progress. Some of these levels are quite labyrinthine at the end of the day. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, cool. That is an easy one to mess up royally, and we did. Messed it up a little, but saved it. Okay. And we're rolling. And important to note that do not ground pound through the bubbles, and because of how immediate the ground pound is, you can occasionally just accidentally ground pound through a bunch of them and lose a whole lot of time, and I've done that before. But you can ground pound these green bubbles though, and thank goodness for that. I'm gonna loop back for this one. 1, 2, 3, nice. It's a tight little section there. I believe that is the end of Road 2.
Nice.
Road 4 actually pretty short, all things considered. There are a few fast levels, especially the boss fight, which blessedly is not as unfortunate there. Not as torturous as the first 3. You can actually damage the boss outside of its cycles, and weirdly enough, they actually intended it for some reason, despite the fact that it being a kid mode only thing. So thanks again, devs. Very kind. And that'll be obvious shortly. It's some wall shenanigans, and I'm gonna be mashing A here. Something important to note about the hooks is that they will disable your jump for a few like a half second. Unfortunate. I'm gonna see if I can get this. Nice. Saves. I didn't save any time there. If you get it first try, it saves like a second, because otherwise you have to like wait for go to the left here. You have to wait to damage boost twice, and it's really slow. And that was how I was doing it for a while, but we got this. Got this now. Wow. 1. Okay, there we go. Unfortunate. You can make this cycle and get crushed by those pillars, and then they'll push you forward a little bit. But do that. But we should make that one. Nice. Cool.
I'm just getting some of those iframes in.
Yeah, nice. Love taking advantage of iframes in this game. It's a great pastime. Wow. Okay. Swiftly approaching the end of 4-3. I believe we're gonna finally encounter the gimmick relatively soon. Just like because we finally get the return of bomb mechanics in some function with fruit. Gotta feed this little guy.
Yeah, you always gotta feed them.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
They're fun. They're good. They're fun little fellows. I'll give them that.
We always talk about saving and killing the animals, never feeding the animals.
Yeah, really. What is this?
Yeah.
What kind of operation are you running here? I'm gonna do that. Make this cycle here, and we'll just. Also, I gotta be very, very certain that I'm throwing at the right spot, because if I am too far back, that guy will not very smart. He's like a panda. He will not eat the food that's like right next to him. So you gotta be like pretty precise with those throws. There's a little bit of a magnetizing, but you just gotta be certain. Because if you throw it and don't notice, and you move on to the next one, you will not make the cycle, and the fruit will expire.
Oh, we don't want that.
Very short shelf life on these things. It's like milk.
Yeah.
Gotta mash A here, so I'm getting these jumps.
So when you have the fruit, is it, if you can jump, is it jumping just going to be a faster speed for you when you have the fruit?
Yeah, so you saw how I threw the fruit to those guys in other parts of the stage. If I'm like going to be moving in that same direction, it is faster to me to just jump, because the throw animation is actually quite long and has a lot of ending lag to it. So if you can jump and maintain your like direction, then you should do it. But otherwise, like, yeah, sometimes it's just not worth it. Also, sometimes it's not worth it to even get the fruit at all, like right here. Very, very silly mechanic here. I don't know why they could have at least like put a wall there or something, but no, it's, you just walk through them. It's just damage boost, which, you know, fine. Oh well, I'm just gonna do this. This is a really tight jump, and like it probably doesn't save all that much time to do it. It just means that you don't have to get it back later. Get rope velocity back later on. Walk backwards and do that. And yeah, this ironically enough is feels like a bit of a callback to the first world, and I don't know why I grabbed that.
Oh, you fed the animal. I mean,
well, yeah. I met the incentive, everybody. Yeah. I won. You won the bid war. There you have it. Also, I'm trying not to jump on these aerial hooks, which seems weird because I told you like earlier I want to grab those hooks because it's basically just wall jumping but faster. But those aerial hooks are really weird in that they have like this really long wind up and grab animation that I want to avoid. They will still give me rope velocity, and if I'm not gonna like cry if I do get them. It's just like it's a bit slower than just damage boosting on the spikes a lot of the time. And there's the moon. Oh, got caught by the guy. So
I still think it's moving closer.
Yeah, no, you feel it. You're the oozy moon ever wanders.
Would we call it Moonsy?
I would. You know what? I'm trademarking that today. All right. But yeah, we are very swiftly approaching the end of the run. We will be hitting at any time. New gimmick for this one is these weird little pink guys. Thankfully, they don't get rid of they're a trampoline and they don't remove my speed, so I am cool with them. I won't bother them if they won't bother me. And then there's the other gimmick of this world, which is the big guys that we've seen throughout the run. That you see a few of those as we traverse the world. I'll point out the big boy when we get to him. Wow.
I love the expression in the voices when they get hit, when anything gets hit. It's just very expressive.
Yeah, it's nice. The Uzi's voice acting in particular is a fan favorite for me.
Yeah.
Just I tell you, the saddest thing in the world is to hear Uzi's death cry. You don't wanna be you're a sad dad on that day when that happens. But thankfully, we get to avoid that in this difficulty. But and challenge levels, big boy alert. And challenge levels, you hear that a good bit. I accidentally double jumped there. Don't know how I lost my jump, and I'm just gonna move on.
It happens.
It happens. Very forgiving with bubbles. Thank you, game. We're just gonna move on, and looks like that we should be hitting a 1-0. I'm not gonna promise anything, but range of 109 to 109.30, depending on how bad I am. 109.15, I'm gonna say. Let's go with that. Something really again, oozi. What the heck?
Yeah.
Inaccurate in this case, but what the heck? So yeah, just hop up on the wall.
What the moonsy?
Yeah, come on.
There you go.
But yeah, no, because you can wall jump onto the walls here, directly back into it, you can score a few free hits, which you would not be able to in lower difficulties, which is weird that they did in this case, but I am not gonna complain. So I'm just gonna post up here. Very forgiving with the RNG, and time is when the screen goes black. And time.
Nice. GG.
Wow. That was not a bad run, all things considered.
No. If anyone was interested in wanting to check out this run, maybe they were like, this would be like, I want to get into speed running. This could be my first speed game. Where would they go?
So I would suggest going to the Awesome Games Studio Discord. I believe you can find it on searching Discord as well. Feel free to DM me on Discord, username Hungry Chronos. DM me on speedrun.com. You can easily find me on the oozi Earth Adventure speedrun.com page. Yeah, always looking for more competition. I love these kinds of niche games that no one's looked into, where you can really break it at the end of the day. It's really, really satisfying.
Same. And if anyone wanted to follow you, where would they head on off to?
I am twitch.tv/Hungry Chronos. I think I'm at Hungry Chronos on Twitter. I've not been tweeting or streaming a lot, but I got good internet recently, so I might start streaming. I stream a lot of really niche speed games, and yeah, that's about it. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
really, really a pleasure.
Of course. Any other final shout outs you'd like?
Shout outs to the Danganronpa Speedrun Discord, and Worcester for working with me with the rule. Not Worcester, what am I saying? With Storster, that's his name.
Yeah.
I believe is
all right.
Very similar. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Pleasure, honor. Thank you so much.
Yes. And that's not going to be all of GDQ Hotfix for today. While the bargain bin is closing its doors, don't worry. She is Speed is coming up next, a show about speedruns by women playing games with women characters. Do not forget, it is going to be Octopath Traveler and Fire Emblem 3. And do not forget, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern is Game Masters and Time Capsule. So we got a lot of stuff happening later on this week. It's going to be real. It's going to be fun. We'll see you all later. We're going to take a small break where we set up for the next show. So this is a great time to get up, stretch, use the restroom, and get ready for She is Speed. We'll see you all later. Bye.